Well, first and foremost, let me thank you for the award, the Mobility Award. It's an initiative that we actually started with the enthusiasts in biking themselves. No? One of them, of course, is Dr. Andrew Umali. He's an emergency room doctor, emergency medicine specialist. And it was necessary at that time, especially during the time when there was no transportation available. We have now actually we have expanded the area for parking for the bikes, and we would be very glad to show you how it is in the basement park that we have. More and more are parking their bikes there. So that is one way of encouraging it. The other thing there, of course, is collaborating with the Pasig LGU to make sure that the lanes are available and safety of the bikers are ensured. So that is one thing that we can do. Plus the fact that I think the more that we talk about this, the more that we involve more and more young people, we probably can really move on with the movement. It's going to be a movement. No? It's not going to, it should not stop once the pandemic is over. It should actually continue. And in terms of urban planning, there should be spaces for bikes. And there should be more encouragement from our government to ensure that those that are into this really power in terms of energy, very in conservation. But what we need to do now is to provide the environment and provide the safety nets for those who would like to pick up the biking movement.
Mobility is really very important kasi nakaupo lang ang empleyado maghapon. So biking, we feel, is one of the most affordable na activity. As of course, walking. Sa mga initiatives na ginagawa ng management, encouraging our people to do some activities like biking and walking every day sa ating premises dito. Even in the daily commutes na kanila, marami tayong empleyado who are biking from home within Metro Manila and even in the provinces.
Very happy with how the GSIS, this institution, has responded for the need for biking to work for people, for its employees to be able to do their jobs well.
Tayo nagdaglaan ng isang malaking space dito sa ating parking area. We installed bike racks for our bikers. We also have shower rooms. We were able to encourage more go into biking, you know. I'm sure that the membership ng ating cycling club has been growing not only in Metro Manila, not only in GSI's home office. I heard news na bawat branch na ngayon ay nagkakaroon kanya-kanyang cycling club. So we will be installing or coming up with a bike station. Lahat ng gusto mag-iwan, not only for employees, even outsiders can avail of the bike station. It will support not only the employees here, but also all the workers within the vicinity or within Pasay City who would like to avail that bike station.
Well, in Pasig Transport, one of our main programs has been to facilitate the distribution of bicycles for commuting use to employees all over the Pasig City organization and family. But our other main program to make Pasig Transport and Pasig City Hall a more bicycle-friendly workplace is really to increase the amount of available bicycle parking and locate it in places where you can park your bicycle with safety, peace of mind, and dignity. One of the main programs that Pasig City is implementing is a bike loan program that allows interested employees to avail of interest-free loans from the city in case they want to begin bike commuting. So often it's difficult to get financing from banks or other traditional sources if all you want to buy is a bike. But what we found in Pasig City is that by extending loans, let's say like even 10 or 15,000 pesos to employees, people can actually access a lot of financing to buy the bike of their choice that will make commuting a lot easier for them. And this is a program which we've had some success with, which we want to develop and continue in the future. What every workplace has to realize and what every organization has to realize is that within your organization, there are many people, could be even hundreds of people, that want to bike to work today, but cannot for many reasons. And one of the main reasons people do not bike to work is the lack of bicycle parking facilities, among other things. So if you really care about your employees, and I think many workplaces do care about their employees, I think it's it can really help them and it can really help your organization to become as bicycle friendly as possible.
Good morning! Magandang umaga po. Naimbag nga aldaw, maayong buntag, maayong aga po sa tanan. Magandang umaga po.
Ang taga-kuan, ang taga-inquirer, Melanie.
Yes. Ayan, welcome to another episode of Moving Towards Mobility. Ito pong ating webinar series organized by the Mobility Awards. Sana po ay ligtas at maganda ang inyong paggising ngayong umaga. I am Amy Oliveros, Luzon Coordinator of the Climate Reality Project Philippines. Magandang umaga sa iyo, Shar.
Magandang umaga! Ako naman po si Charlene Dismas, Climate Reality Leader and one of the Transport Cluster Coordinators of the Climate Reality Project Philippines, and we will be moderating today's discussion. Moving Towards Mobility is a webinar series that tackles issues linked with the mobility of Filipinos, from public transportation, livelihoods, and even safety and inclusivity. The series was launched in 2020 with 2 episodes, but this year, we continue the discussion with a 4-part webinar series every other Wednesday from September 22 to November 3.
Tama ka, Shar, no? Kung matatandaan mo, Shar, no, last week we actually celebrated the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction led by the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, or the UNDRR. This year's focus is on international cooperation for developing countries to reduce their disaster risk and disaster losses. Kaya nga po, ngayon pong episode natin, ang aming ikalima, 5th episode, we will explore paano po kaya ginagamit ang bisikleta in terms of aiding emergency relief efforts, including helping our frontliners access sites of crises, and how these lessons can be incorporated into disaster risk resilience plan in the city. Kung matatanong mo nga, Shar, actually, I was born in Baguio, diba? And when I was little, I experienced the earthquake, diba? So talagang nakita natin yung devastation during the earthquake. And a lot of us are experiencing a lot of different tragedies, a lot of crises at the moment. At napakaswerte natin ngayon kasi meron po tayong mga relief operations and support coming from our bicycle heroes, diba?
Exactly. Pero bago tayo magsimula dyan, Amy, we will just share a quick update lang on the Mobility Awards nominations, the people that you nominated or the companies and LGUs that you guys nominated. So, as of today, October 19, 14 cities, 1-4 across the Philippines are already in the running for the most bicycle-friendly city. We have Baguio City, Dagupan, Tagaytay, Naga, Lucena, Puerto Princesa, Iloilo, Cebu, Danao, Cotabato, Cagayan de Oro, Surigao, San Jose del Monte, and Masbate City. Aside from that, we have 33 commercial establishments that have been nominated for the most bicycle-friendly establishment. This includes Shell Mobility Hacienda in Silang, Cavite, Philinvest Mimosa Plus Leisure City in Angeles, Pampanga, Pizza Volante, Volante Ride Park Pacdal, and SM Baguio in Baguio City, SM City Iloilo, Iloilo Business Park, Willie's Store in Busay, Cebu City, Oak Ridge Business Park in Mandaue City, McDonald's branches, Chicks Boy and the Mayflower Inn in Cebu City, Turney Biker Shop in Dipolog City, Robinson's North in Tacloban City, Kubo Bikers Park and Coffee in Rojas City, Robinson's Place in Bacolod City, Father Saturninos Urios University in Butuan City, SM City Butuan, EMP Bike Trading and Psychology Bike Shop in Cagayan de Oro City, and SM Lanang Premier in Davao City. Marami pa po. For workplaces, you have 6 nominees so far. These are the GSIS office in Tarlac City, Asian Corp in Bagbagbuin, May Kawayan City, One Evotech in Santa Rosa City, Cebu IT Park in Cebu City, Teleperformance in Cebu City, and Knowles Electronics Philippines in Lapu-Lapu City.
Thank you so much, sir. Ang dami na, no? So keep them coming, guys. Nominate lang po ng nominate. Again, sana po marami pang sumali sa ating workplaces, no? Medyo konti pa yung ating mga nominations, so more chances of winning nga para sa ating mga nominees here. So sana po visit ang ating official website mobilityawards.ph at syempre ang ating link of course, how to nominate. Naka-flash naman po yan sa ating screen. No? Don't forget to nominate bike-friendly cities, workplaces, and commercial establishments. Ang power po, ang kapangyarihan po ay nasa inyong mga kamay. Kaya sana po ay mag-nominate na kayo ngayon. Okay. Nominations are also open for Siklista ng Bayan. Ano nga ba ang Siklista ng Bayan? Ito po ay ang mga nakakamangha, nakaka-inspire po ng mga Pilipino. Maaari pong yung makakilala natin nagtatahot, nagbebenta ng mga gulay, ng mga prutas, di ba? Yung mga kasamahan po natin sa ating komunidad na gumagamit ng kanilang bisikleta para po sa kanilang pangkabuhayan. So tulungan niyo po kami, i-share po ninyo ang kanilang mga kwento para naman po marinig at ma-inspire ang iba. So send your nominations. Pwedeng ikaw po, kung nanonood ka ngayon, may kakilala ka, don't forget to nominate. Syempre, nandito po, no? Nominations are done at bit.ly/MACiclista. Kaya po, make sure to nominate. Nominate lang tayo ng nominate, di ba? And syempre, gusto natin makita yung mga kwentos nila and of course, yung mga pictures nila para po ma-determine natin kung sino nga po ba ang mananalo para sa taon na ito. Okay? So you can nominate until November 5. Naku, ilang araw na lang po yan. Nominate until November 5 and winners will be announced November 25. So malapit na po yan. Naku, maganda po yung mga premyo natin. So sana po mag-nominate kayo ngayon. Di ba, Shar?
Nakaka-excite, sobra. But before we begin, we would like to share a few reminders for everyone joining us today. Paki-type lang po yung mga questions nyo sa comment section for our Facebook viewers, and we will be answering them in our open forum later this morning. So feel free also to comment your insights and the discussion. We would love to hear your thoughts and engage with you all later. I would like to remind our viewers on Facebook that we are giving away certificates of participation. Paano? Una, kailangan nyo lang i-comment ang inyong pangalan sa Facebook post nitong live stream. Pwede nyo rin dagdagan ng greeting o mensahe kung saan kayo nanonood ngayon. So pwedeng, good morning, Shar Desmas watching from Imus, Cavite, ganon. At pangalawa, kailangan nyo lang sagutin ang feedback form na ibabahagi namin sa inyo mamaya sa Facebook comment section pagkatapos ng ating episode.
Napakasimple lang yan, di ba, Shar? Comment lang po ang inyong pangalan at kung nasa ang dako po kayo ng Pilipinas, gustong-gusto po naming nababasa at nakikita ang mga greetings ninyo at syempre yung mga komento ninyo. So keep it coming po, mamaya babatiin po namin kayo sa ating segment. So hi, hello po sa lahat, especially yung mga nanonood ngayon. So aside from that, Shar, no, apart from the issue, 'di ba? Apart from the COVID-19 pandemic, syempre pinagdaraanan pa rin natin 'yan until now, 'di ba? Talagang nakikita natin ang epekto niyan hanggang ngayon. Syempre, bilang isang climate vulnerable country, patuloy, 'di ba, nating nararanasan ang lupit ng mga bagyo, 'di ba? Ang mga pagbabaha. At alam din natin, 'di ba, na tayo po ay nasa parte ng Pacific Ring of Fire kung saan ang ating country po, ang ating Pilipinas, ang mahal nating Pilipinas ay surrounded ng iba't ibang uri ng mga active volcanoes at very prone po tayo sa paglilindol. Ayan. Naranasan ko po 'yan nung maliit ako dahil nakaranas kami ng matinding paglindol, 'di ba, sa Baguio. At when I was growing up, it's actually a very traumatizing experience, 'di ba? Makita mo na yung bahay nyo talagang lumubog, 'di ba? Nakita nyo na talagang ang daming puno ang natanggal, 'di ba? Yung mga kalsada talagang nasira, 'di ba? Daming buildings, 'di ba? Talaga yung gumuho. Kaya iba yung effect niyan. At because of that specific scenario, talagang nakita natin na naging restricted po ang movement, 'di ba? Nakita natin restricted at movement. Ang dami pong naging epekto, 'di ba? Physical, mental, 'di ba? At nakita rin natin na yung damage, 'di ba? Yung pinsala po talagang malala. Hindi lang po 'yan sa paglindol, 'di ba? Pati sa pagbabagyo, 'di ba? Pagbabaha at iba pa. Ngayon naman pong pandemic, ganun din, 'di ba? Na-restrict din po ang ating pagkilos, particularly po ang ating public transportation. Kung kaya, 'di ba? Nagsimula po last year, no? Talagang nag-emerge po yung cycling, ang pagbibisikleta bilang alternatibong paraan para po sa transportasyon sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? Naging magandang paraan po ito para po makabiyahe po at makapunta tayo sa ating kinaroroonan. Pwede pong personal, 'di ba? Personal na paroroonan o kaya sa trabaho naman. Hindi lang alam ng iba, no? Lingid sa kaalaman ng iba, ginagamit din po pala ang bicycles ngayon bilang reliable at efficient na pamamaraan ng ating mga responders at frontliners, particularly sa mga panahon po ng talagang emergencies at crises, 'di ba, Char?
Tama ka dyan, Amy. I couldn't have said it any better. As we commemorate the International Day of Disaster Risk Reduction, yung mga community responders and frontliners natin from cities around the country join us today to talk about integrating bicycles and other forms of active transportation in disaster risk reduction and management, especially sa mga contingency plans natin na makakatulong sa mga communities para prepare, and reduce risks and losses from disasters. So, from the stories our speakers will share later on, this episode will also highlight the roles of bicycles in mitigating one of the most defining emergencies that humanity is facing, the climate crisis, and how it can help build resilient cities and communities. So, ano pa ba ang hinihintay natin? Let us introduce our speakers for today. Amy?
Totoo yan. Ako excited na ako malumang. Excited na rin po ang ating mga speakers for today. So for our speakers, when we call your names po, hopefully you can open your camera po para makita namin ang nagagandahan at nagagupuhan ninyong mga mukha, syempre. So first up is Edren Leonilio, founder of the Go Bike Project in Bugalyon, Pangasinan. Edren is the president of Padya Rescue Incorporated, a non-profit organization which introduced the Go Bike Project, which he also co-founded last March 16, 2019 in Barangay Umanday, Bugalyon, Pangasinan. Mabuhay po sa mga taga Pangasinan. He is currently the SK Chairman of Barangay Umanday and SK Federation Vice President of the Municipality of Bugalyon. He is also the person behind the famous rolling pantry that also provides basic healthcare services, particularly known as Pantry Bike, which was featured in various media platforms, both local and international, and is currently building his empire to save more lives, one ride at a time. Naku, magandang umaga sa iyo, Edren.
Good
We're
morning.
very
Good morning
happy
po.
that you're here. Oo, meron lang kaming
Magandang
warm-up
umaga.
question sa iyo, Edren. Para kanino ka pumapadyak?
Para sa pamilya, para sa community, and para maging malusog din yung pangangatawan ko.
Very nice answer. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Edren. We will go back to you later on. Mag-uusap tayo mamaya. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Char.
Thank you, Edren, and thank you, Amy. Our next speaker naman is Joseph Inosante, Chairman of the Board of the Base Camp Emergency Response Team Incorporated, or BCERT, in Cebu City. He is highly experienced BPO ITO employee for the past 12 years and handled management positions for several sales and customer service accounts. He also actively participated in employment engagement programs and created BPO base clubs since 2008 to lower down attrition and depression in the field. Joseph has been a volunteer responder since early 2000 and led several actual search and rescue operations around the country. He is also working with emergency medical services and search and rescue experts and organizations from the United Kingdom, France, United States, Australia, Israel, China, and the United Arab Emirates. He spearheaded the formation of the Cycle Response Unit of BCERT, the very first cycling response unit in the Philippines that operates with dedicated guidelines, medical equipment, operators, and its own bike fleet. They provide technical assistance as well in other regions, including Baguio, Taguig, Sorsogon, Tacloban, and General Santos. Magandang umaga, Joseph.
Good morning, Mobility Awards. So it's an honor to be here.
We would love to have you. We love to have you here. And same question as well. Para kanino ka pumapadyak?
To be honest, for myself and for my family, to be healthy also, and for the community. Because since pandemic, it's a challenge for everybody, especially for the working people that don't have vehicles. So we are doing it for them. Save more lives.
Save more lives. Thank you so much. Back to you, Amy.
Thank you so much, Joseph. Nako, by the way, Char, no, if hindi mo lang pala hindi ko nabanggit sa'yo kanina, Joseph and Lisa is actually part of a Regional Partners for Mobility Award. So maraming salamat, Joseph and your team, for being with us and being our partners. Maraming salamat sa iyo. Now, before we introduce our next speakers, quick game muna tayo mga kapatid sa Facebook. Get ready to type in your questions. Meron po tayong pagkakataon manalo ng Mobility Award shirt and face mask. Simple lang po ang ating sagot. Ang ating tanong, the following question, sagot lang po. Naku, paunahan po ito at pagandahan po ng sagot. Napakaganda po ng ating mga collaterals. Timing nito. Sure, di ba? Pwede natin magamit ito at maipromote pa po ang pagiging di ba? Maipromote pa po ang pagbibisikleta. At the same time, safety pa, di ba? So, ang tanong po, ano po ba ang burning question natin? Sabi rito, name 3 advantages that a bicycle can provide in times of emergency or disaster response. Inuulit po namin, ang tanong po is name 3 advantages. Ano po ang advantages ng pagbibisikleta or ng bicycle sa panahon po ng emergency at disaster response? So sana po ay sumagot po ang ating mga viewers. Nako, ang ganda ng mga prizes natin. No? Mamaya, make sure to pay attention po sa ating mga speakers at ano yung ibabahagi nila, 'di ba? And mamaya po, we will pick 5 winners, okay? Baka po isa sa kayo sa 5 maswerte ngayong araw na ito. At i-announce po natin ang winners before the end of the show. So sana po mag-tune in. Antayin natin ang ating winners mamaya. So sali na po ang ating mga kaibigan sa Facebook. But before we do that, syempre, ipakilala muna natin, syempre, wag tayong mag-proceed muna. Tingin ko excited akong batiin muna yung mga viewers natin na nakisama sa atin ngayong umaga. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao to, kaya sobrang na-excite ako. Magandang umaga to Hornet Matarlo Luwat. Magandang umaga rin sa'yo. To Bench Kram Alida Jr., of course, from Butuan City. I think si Bench is part of our regional partners as well. Jeremia Amarnani, ayan, magandang umaga sa'yo. Gilier Torrentira and Nella Fred Ayoso from Caraga Bikers. Hello Caraga Bikers, isa sa mga partners namin as well. Hello Christine Galang, naku, maganda sana ang umaga mo, Christine Galang from Santa Maria, Bulacan. To Matthew Mark Manungkil, magandang umaga. Naku, nandito pala yung kasamahan mo. Joseph Bizert, CRU, Cebu City. Hello din po kay Fajardo Masangkay Christy. Feeling ko Christy Fajardo Masangkay ito, no? Hello Christy from Valenzuela, magandang umaga po sa inyo dyan. And of course to Lay San Juan from Pasig City. Mamaya po, mag-shoutout pa kami, kaya go lang ng go ha, bati lang po ng bate. Baka po may gusto magpabati na happy birthday, pwede rin po namin yan gawin ha, magpabati at magpa-happy anniversary, we also do that. So maraming salamat sa inyo po. So sino bang next natin, Shar?
Ayan, next up, we have Neil Alejandro Pinarok of Bike Scouts Philippines. Neil is a team leader of Barbie Riders based in Barongan, Eastern Samar, and also serves as the Provincial Tourism Officer of Eastern Samar. He is a hardworking member of Bike Scouts as well, who assisted in the province-wide adoption of the Bike Scouts Bicycle Mobility Provincial Ordinance. Members of the Barbie Riders also helped campaign for the city ordinance in Barongan City for bicycle mobility and have played a big role in promoting bicycle mobility through events such as Bikeways Cleanup and a Bicycle Day event. Barbie Riders also actively help in the Bike Scouts community-based disaster monitoring and response. Just like what you have asked the first 2 speakers, Neil, para kanino ka pumapadyak? Neil?
Hello, good morning everyone. Honestly, unang-una, kaya ako pumapadyak para sa aking sarili in order for myself to be physically fit at hindi sakitin. And of course, I am also, pumapadyak din po ako para sa aking mga katribo, yung aking mga kalahi, yung aking Barbie Riders. Kasi kung hindi ako papadyak, hindi sasama yung mga Barbie Riders. And of course, for the whole community, para maisip nila na through biking, iwas sakit talaga.
Very, very well said, Shar. No? Naku, excited ako para sa Barbie Riders. Mamaya pag-usapan natin yan ulit, Nila. We're very happy As always, we're very, very happy to have bike scouts with us. Alam ko napaka-ganda at napaka-inspiring ng story ng bike scouts. Mamaya pag-uusapan pa natin yan. So thank you so much for joining us today, Neil. Mamaya mag-usap pa tayo about Barbie Riders. Medyo interested ako malaman no? Ang ganda ng name ninyo. Thank you so much, Neil. Of course, let's proceed syempre sa ating next speaker. Also joining us today is Joaquin Corregidor. Joaquin is one of our frontliners in San Joaquin, Palo, Leyte. Hello po sa mga taga Leyte, especially during the time when Super Typhoon Yolanda hit back in 2019. Even before Typhoon Yolanda, Joaquin has been serving the community as an emergency responder, whatever disaster may hit. He's also one of the most trusted responders by the local government and even non-government organization. Ngayon po, Joaquin is working as a utility staff at Genel's Bakery, Palo Branch. Hello po sa mga taga Genel's Bakery. Before working as a regular staff there, his main source of income was through working as a pedicab driver, which he's still working on right now as a sideline. So yun, maraming salamat po. Maupay nga aga sa'yo, Joaquin. Magandang umaga sa'yo. Hello ka naman sa mga kaibigan mo sa
sa inyong lahat.
Leyte. Ayan. Same question sa kanya kanil sa'yo rin, Joaquin, no? Quick question lang, para kanino ka pumapadyak?
Sa sarili ko para at makatulong din sa iba.
Maraming salamat, 'di ba? Talagang para sa sarili at para sa, of course, para makatulong, 'di ba, sa community. Maraming salamat sa iyo. I'm very excited actually, Shar, to hear more from Joaquin and all of our speakers mamaya, 'di ba?
Actually, excited ako malaman yung mga stories nila kasi parang iba't iba yung mga profile nila and background when it comes to cycling. But before we begin the panel discussion, last but most certainly not the least, we have Genel Lim. She's a nurse supervisor and officer in charge of the Gender and Development Office at Pasig City General Hospital. She, along with other frontliners, have cycled together to work since the pandemic started. She has embraced cycling as an integral part of her journey as a health worker and aims to encourage more people to try cycling. Unfortunately, Genelyn will not be able to join us live today, but she sent us a video sharing her experience as a medical responder amid the pandemic and how cycling has helped in her work.
Wow, excited ako dyan sa video ni Jeneline. Sana nanonood si Jeneline ngayon. Maraming salamat for being here. I know you're not physically here, but alam ko spiritually in presence nandito ka sa amin. So thank you so much for sharing your story. Yan, bago natin puntahan yan, Shar, no? Siyempre, muna tayo? Greetings muna tayo. Alam ko excited naman na yung mga natin, viewers natin. Pero bago ang lahat, basahin muna natin ang ilan sa ating mga comments and of course mga shout-outs. We'd like to shout out some of our friends, Wilms, Corregidor, Tidalgo. Related kaya ito kay Joaquin, no? Kasi Corregidor din. Mary Eleanor Hisona from province of Bohol. Orlan Quesada. Of course, meron din kay Shotter. Tama. Shout out. Sorry, hindi ko alam. Shout out pala yung basa doon. Shout out, Neil Alejandro Pinarok. Of course, we have Mary Eleanor from the province of Bicol. Naku, mamaya ulit, marami pang chances to be greeted. Mamaya antayin nyo na lang po, 'di ba? So, ano next step? Ano nang next portion natin, Shar?
Ayan, as mentioned, we will first be playing Genelyn's video recording about how cycling has helped her as a medical responder amid the pandemic.
Good morning, everyone. I am Genel Lim. I am a frontliner. I work as a nurse supervisor and officer in charge at Gender and Development Office at Pasig City General Hospital. Last year, when WHO announced pandemic due to COVID-19, the government enforced restrictions in public transportation, limiting mobility. A lot of commuters have left with no choice but to find other ways so that they can go to and come home from their work. Unfortunately, this has also affected all of us, including me and other frontliners, to keep on going to work despite the difficulties we face. Even though it's difficult, we cannot just let it hinder us from tending to the needs of our patients and quit. Thankfully, through biking, I, together with other frontliners, found an alternative. The limited transportation led me to use bicycle. I was one of the recipient borrowed bike from the local government unit of Pasig City. I enjoyed going to work and my love for biking returned. I have embraced cycling as an integral part of my journey as a healthcare worker during this pandemic. I also realized that riding alone is one of the best ways to minimize contact with others, lessening the risk of exposure to the virus, which keeps me and others safe. Aside from that, it has health and environmental benefits because it lessens air pollution that makes our immune system weak. It is also a reason and a way for me to exercise so that I can achieve a healthier body and hopefully lose more weight in the process. As we can see, many girls now use bicycle as a form of transportation. It gives me joy because women will have her share on the road. As gender and development advocate, I want to inspire women to have equal opportunity with men in resources and other things. Women to use bike and never afraid to have a wonderful time in biking. I want them to become advocate of women empowerment. I'd like to also share some stories that biking has brought to my life. Last year, nag-anniversary kami ng husband ko. And nag-decide kami na magkaroon kami ng time na pumunta sa Antipolo. At nag-bike lang kami. So, that was my first time na mag-bike outside from Pasig. So, from Pasig to Antipolo, we had a great experience. So, ang saya-saya ko dahil kaya ko mag-bike kahit medyo malayo. And then, after a week, nag-birthday naman ako, nag-celebrate naman kami sa Marikina. At doon naman po, from Pasig to Marikina, nag-bike lang din kami. So, I really had a wonderful time. Kasi ang sayang mag-bike, kasama rin po yung husband ko. Sa hospital naman, nagkaroon din po kami ng maraming activities. Like, ako rin po kasi yung assigned as logistics sa Pasig City COVID-19 Referral Center. At bilang logistic, ako po yung nag-asikaso sa transportation ng aming mga frontliner. So, meron po mga nag-donate sa amin ng mga bike para sa frontliner. Nandyan po yung Super Scouts na tumulong sa amin with Ma'am Nika Carlos. And then may mga nag-share din po like yung Spider Philippines, nagbigay po sila ng mga bike helmet sa amin. And I'm also one of the recipient nun. So, ang saya po talaga dahil may mga iba't ibang activities po kaming ginawa sa hospital. At yun din po ay isa ron yung pag-celebrate po namin ng 18-day campaign to end violence against women and children. Doon po, sinama po namin yung Share the Road with Her. Yan. Masaya po na ang aming advocacy ay na-share po namin talaga sa aming mga kasamahang frontliner. So, maraming stories to tell po talaga. Thank you for listening. I hope that you too can start your own bike story. Thank you again and God bless to all of us. See you!
Maraming salamat to Jeneline for sharing your story and for inspiring us. Talagang nakakamangha na yung positivity niya. Alam mo yung hope, 'di ba? And thank you so much for shedding a light on biking and inclusivity and gender, 'di ba? Nabanggit din niya yan, Share, aside from yung role nito sa mga frontliners natin, 'di ba? Talagang nag-shed light din siya on the gender aspect. So maraming salamat, Jeneline. We are very happy to hear how cycling really played an important role in your journey. Naku, maraming salamat. We're very thankful to all our medical frontliners. Talagang yung effort ninyo, in spite of everything, especially in the threat of COVID, talaga pong taos-puso ang pasasalamat namin sa inyo. So, maraming salamat, Jeneline, again for sending your video. And sana, hopefully soon, makasama ka rin namin through a video call or a personal webinar series and talk to you soon. Diba, Shar? Kaya sobrang exciting talaga yung mga ganitong get together kasi we get to be inspired and learn the stories from the rest. Ngayon, punta na tayo syempre sa iba nating mga speakers at alamin natin ang kanilang mga kwento, 'di ba? Excited ako rito sa part na to, Shar. I think ito rin ang ang kinaabangan ng ating mga speakers. Now, it's time to share their stories and talk to them about what they're currently do in helping out in times of emergencies and crisis, 'di ba, Shar?
Absolutely. Kaya magsimula na tayo sa ating first na speaker, Edren Lanillo from Go Bike Project. Edren, alam ko may presentation ka, pero gusto lang namin malaman tungkol sa organization mo at bakit kayo nag-decide na gumamit ng bicycles to support your advocacy and operations. Edren?
Ayan, so first of all, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Edren Lenilio, ang co-founder ho ng Go Bike Project. So, simulan ko po muna itong presentation ko sa personal story ko, how we started Go Bike Project. My father suffered heart attack. Hindi siya agarang nabigyan ng emergency response when I was 7 years old. So, therefore, namatay siya. Yung lola ko, nung bago ako graduate sa college, nag-suffer din ng heart attack. Again, hindi siya agad-agad na nabigyan ng response and I wasn't able to monitor her health. Hindi ko na malayan na grabe na pala yung high blood niya and may comorbidities pa ng diabetes. So therefore, yung scenario na yon nag-suffer ng kanyang biglaang pagkamatay. And last year lang yung tito ko, August 6, 2020, nagpagawa pa kami ng bahay dito sa amin. Pag uwi niya sa Cavite, nabalitaan ko, inatake din sa puso habang nagda-drive ng motor. Ano sabi ng tao, parang nahilo lang pero heart attack pala yung dinanas niya. So, yung mga experiences ko na yon yung mga personal experience ko na yon, parang doon ako humuhugot kung bakit ko sinimulan si Go Bike Project. Kasi feeling ko may kulang sa emergency response. Feeling ko may kulang sa health monitoring. So therefore, ini-start ko po ang Go Bike Project kasi napapansin ko na madami pong nagbabike dito sa amin. And then, napansin ko din na very supportive din ng LGU pagdating sa mga disaster response or disaster preparedness initiative. So, ginawa kong parang kinuha ko yung opportunity na yon na kunin yung mga nagbabike and then i-train sila and then gawin silang Go Bikers kung tawagin dito sa amin. So therefore, sinimulan ko nga ho ang Go Bike Project because of those loved ones na nawala sa buhay ko na feeling ko parang may magagawa pa ako. Kung nangyari to sa akin, siguro naman hindi na to pwedeng mangyari sa iba. So last March 16, 2019, I started Go Bike Project in Barangay Umanday, Bugalyon, Pangasinan. So our goal is to save lives one ride at a time. Using bikes, using the innovative emergency response mechanism, customized mountain bike noon, kasama ng mga trained youth volunteers, ginagamit nila yung mga bikes namin para magsalba ng buhay, para magresponde sa vehicular accident, magbahay-bahay para mag-monitor ng kalusugan ng mga mahal nila sa buhay, etc. So, ano ba yung kadalasang ginagawa namin? So, ang kadalasan pong ginagawa namin ay Ronda Kalusugan Program. Ito yung pag-iikot-ikot namin sa mga bahay-bahay. We also have Go Bikers training, disaster rescue drills, and before we also conduct campus tour. So isa-isahin natin. When we say Ronda Kalusugan Program, we simply conduct blood pressure monitoring and blood sugar checking for the elderly, for the hypertensive patient, and for diabetic patients. Most especially during this pandemic. Kasi ang mga matatanda, ang mga high blood, minsan naitatakot na pumunta sa mga healthcare centers. So therefore, naisip namin, since trained naman kami as first aiders, may knowledge kami sa pag-BP at pag-blood sugar, and nagpaalam din naman kami sa aming LGU, and in-approve naman. So we launched the Ronda Kalusugan Program, which really helped most of our community members. Number 2 na ginagawa po namin ay ang Go Bikers training. So ito po yung patuloy na pagtitrain namin ng mga kabataan in partnership with Red Cross and MDRRMC, teaching them first aiding and basic life support. So yan, kung mapapansin nyo, sa ilalim lang kami ng puno, sa gym, ganyan. And then we just gather youth aged 15 to 30 years old. So kahit sinong kabataan, basta willing matuto, pwedeng umupo sa aming Go Bikers training. And this is also in partnership with SKs. after the training is we conduct disaster rescue drill. So para ma-check natin kung effective na ba talaga yung ginagawa nilang pagsisave ng buhay. So this is again in partnership with Red Cross, MDRMC, ini-evaluate ang bawat go biker kung appropriate ba, tama ba yung kanilang ginagawa. So may grading system din po ito sa amin. So during the pandemic, yon, siyempre hindi naman po lagi may vehicular accident. So we intensified the Ronda Kalusugan. Mas lalo naming sinipagan yung pagbabahay-bahay. And then we also partner with our local government unit para itong Go Bike project is hindi lang po mag-run sa isang barangay kundi sa lahat ng barangays ng aming municipality. So from one barangay, ngayon po, we already have 23 barangays dito po sa aming municipality running Go Bike project program at the same time. And meron din kami sa kabilang munisipyo which is Lingayen and sa mga taram na nag-start na rin mag-replicate ng aming project. So all in all, kung mapapansin nyo ang mapa ng municipality po namin, lahat na po ay may Go Bikers. Lahat na po rin yan ay may mga Go Bike. And andyan din po yung mga numero ng mga taong natulungan at natouch namin. So yun, we're all doing this because we believe that ang kahandaan at pagtugon sa sakuna ay tungkulin ng bawat isa. Hindi po hadlang ang edad para makatulong tayo sa ating komunidad. Sana sa mga kapwa ko kabataan, gamitin natin yung talento, enerhiya, at passion natin para tumulong din sa mga kababayan natin. And sana isalba natin yung mga mahal natin sa buhay. Yung usual na advice ko sa mga kapwa ko kabataan when we are conducting ronda or when we are conducting Go Bikers training, it doesn't matter kung gaano karami yung masasalba mo na buhay. It doesn't matter kung lahat ba ng barangay kinikater mo. What matters most is that yung sarili mo, yung pamilya mo, masasalba mo later or matutulungan, masiservisyohan mo para kahit papano masiguro mo na ligtas sila later on and maibsan din yung nangyari sa buhay ko na biglaan na lang nawala yung mga mahal ko sa buhay nang hindi ko namamalayan and therefore ayoko ring mangyari sa inyo yon. So before I end my presentation, I would just like to share this video na kakagawa lang din namin. So I hope you appreciate this. Share ko lang din po.
Paborito din ako ha. Titingala na lang ako sa langit. Lalo nung ako may naramdaman na walang doktor. Sabi ko, katapusan ko na ito.
Ang buhay ko noon, lahat ng bisyo na pasukan ko tulad ng inom, makikipag-away, ganun. Pero nung nalaman ko yun at napasukan ko na yung project na ito, napakasaya ko kasi nagkaroon ako ng pagkakataon na mabago yung buhay ko na maganda.
Go Bike Project was established last March 16, 2019. Simple lang po yung konsepto. Una, mag-train ng mga kabataan para maging emergency responder. Pangalawa, mag-customize ng isang innovative emergency response mechanism na gagamitin naman sa pagtugon mga sakuna. Yung kasagsagan ng pandemya, ay nilaunch po namin yung Ronda Kalusugan program namin. Since trained naman tayo ng mga first aiders, what if we bring those healthcare services? What if mag-conduct tayo ng blood pressure monitoring, blood sugar checking, magpa-jack tayo, we go to their houses, we deliver those healthcare services.
Ako nagpapasalamat sa mga Go Bikers na andito lang sila sa paligid. Salamat na malaki. Sabi ko, mayroon pala dito. Eh kung wala pa, paano na ako? Tuwan-tuwa ako talagang. Tuwan-tuwa ako niyan na may serbisyo mga bata dito.
Maraming salamat sa Go Bike. Natuwa ako dahil batang-bata pa si Edren ay natuto na rin siya mag-suporta sa akin. Kaya kung maari lang, ipagpatuloy sana na magkaroon sila ng service para anuman oras na kailangan ay mayroon sila magagamit.
Ang sarap ng pakiramdam kapag nakakatanggap tayo pero merong ekstrang kirot kapag tayo naman yung nakakapagbigay ng tulong, ma-appreciate at ma-appreciate po yan ng taong mapagbibigyan po natin. Hindi lang dito natatapos yung kaya kong gawin. Malayo pa po yung mararating ko, malayo pa po yung mararating ng aming project.
So ayan po, maraming salamat. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much, Edren. Napaka-inspiring at napakagandang proyekto. Coming from your own personal experience, naisipan mong gawin itong Go Bike project based on that. At saka, relate ako na yung, kunyari yung mga matatanda, ayaw nila talaga magpa-hospital kahit may iniinda sila. So kahit may nararamdaman sila, hindi nila sasabihin sa amin, kunyari. Tas sobrang gandang itong initiative na to kasi kahit may iniinda sila or kahit wala pa, at least mamamonitor nyo na kaagad at maagapan na kaagad. So isang follow-up lang question, gusto ko lang malaman kung bakit pinili nyo yung mga bisikleta. Ano ba yung mga advantages nito? Bakit hindi nyo, for example, yung mga motor, bakit bisikleta?
Una sa lahat, siguro po kasi syempre we're just youth, mga kabataan kami. Wala naman po kaming mga resources pambili ng ambulansya. Though gusto rin sana namin magkaroon ng motor na mas mabilis sana. Pero yun, bilang kabataan, yun po kasi yung kaya pa namin sa ngayon. Number 2, syempre less gastos din sa pag-maintain at saka pagsusustain ng syempre less gasolina, less gastos sa gasolina, sa maintenance, ganyan. Then ako po personally kasi nafi-feel ko rin na natutulungan ko yung sarili ko pag nagbabike ako, nagiging healthy ako, feeling ko malakas yung katawan ko lagi. So, yun, those are the reasons why we choose and we empowered using bicycles sa pagsasalba ng buhay. And it reflects yung humility na, hey, pwede mo akong makita dyan sa kalye, pwede mo akong parahin anytime, pwede kitang tulungan anytime. So yun, and naging supportive naman ng aming LGU. And to be honest, right now, nagbigay sila ng 20 units ng sidecar na bike and ina-assemble namin lang muna and then ibibigay na ulit sa mga go bikers.
Grabe, ang galing. Nakita ko nga kanina na parang yung sa video, nagko-cross kayo ng bridge gamit ng mga bisikleta at feeling ko nga pag may motor kayo, masyadong mabigat para sa bridge na yun. Kaya napaka-agile talaga yung mga bicycles, napaka-light. And you can use it anywhere. Nabanggit mo nga rin kanina na you're also helping your health. I like the idea na parang you're saving other people's health while also saving your own health.
Yeah.
So, you also mentioned nga pala yung support ng LGU. Gusto ko lang din matanong kung paano mo nakuha yung support ng MDRRMO?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Bias siguro kasi nanggaling ako sa MDR. First job ko ay assistant ng MDRRMO namin. So, yung puso ko talaga nasa DRRM. Kaya nung napunta na ako sa SK, nag-lead na ako sa barangay namin, ginamit ko yung mga knowledge ko na natutunan ko sa MDR, and then ginawa ko na rin silang partner na, sir, support naman dyan. And then naging very supportive naman sila, nagbibigay sa amin ng mga PPEs, mga alcohol, and yon, nung napansin na rin siya ng malaking sector ng MDRMC at ng local government namin, dun na parang, hey, ang ganda ng ginagawa ng mga kabataan sa barangay na yon. What if gawin na din natin sa iba't ibang barangay? So, yun, super duper nagpapasalamat ako sa LGU namin kasi naging mainit yung pagsuportahan namin sa isa't isa.
Amazing naman. Gusto ko din, sinuportahan din kayo ng Red Cross, diba?
Yes.
Sa mga initiatives ninyo. So, napakagandang project. Alam kong hindi lang ito yung mga magandang project sa mga panelists natin ngayon. So, on to the next speaker, Amy.
Oo, thank you so much for that, Shar. Thank you so much, Edren. No, before you go, very quick question because you've mentioned about some of your members, 'di ba?
Mhm.
And I saw your video. Talagang youth talaga yung ano, no? At maraming salamat. I was truly inspired by what I saw na instead of, being out on the streets and doing, nothing with with their time, 'di ba? Talagang na-encourage din natin ng mga kabataan to really support this cause. Nakita ko nga may video kayo. You have one youngest go biker, if I'm not mistaken. Nakita ko
Mhm.
may video siya. And it was truly inspiring. Can you tell us more? Who's the youngest? Sino yung youngest member ninyo dyan? Meron ba kayong...
Noon po, nung 2019, ang youngest go biker namin si Potpot. So,
Yeah.
10-year-old siya nung time na yon. Ano lang din, sinama lang din siya ng nanay niya na BHW dun sa training. And then eventually, talagang siya yung agresibo at parang yung attention niya nandoon sa training. And yun, ang na-realize niya nga, sabi niya noon, parang hindi ko pa alam yung gagawin ko kasi dalawa lang sila. Single parent po kasi yung nanay niya. When it comes to disaster, parang wala talaga siyang magagawa. Pero nung umattend na siya ng training, alam niya na yung gagawin niya. And tuwang-tuwa din yung nanay kasi parang yung bata namulat kung paano tumulong sa kanyang kapwa, paano tumulong sa kanyang mga kapamilya.
Yes.
So, I believe yun yung magandang kwento nung aming youngest go biker. And ang malupit doon, yung youngest go biker na yun, na 10-year-old, bumabata ng bumabata. So, baka sooner or
Wow.
later, pati grade school, ma-introduce na namin ang Go Bike Project in a very youthful way
Cute
naman.
yan. Go Bike Nursery
Junior.
version.
Yan nga po,
diba?
Go Bikers Junior.
Junior. And that's good, Kasi talagang as early as kids, they're obviously very responsible already. So talagang maraming salamat for doing this and inspiring all of the kids in your community. Talagang hanga talaga kami sa inyo. I know you recently were a finalist. Nabasa rin namin, parang finalist din kayo into a national award. So maraming salamat and congratulations to the team for being recommended for that. So we'll learn more about what you do and probably talk more, Edren, no? Mamaya pag-usapan natin. But thank you so much to all the go bike. Batiin mo naman yung mga go bikers natin bago tayo mag-move forward.
Hello, masanto siya kabosan, mga kapadyak, mga go bikers at Bugalyon, and for the rest of Pangasinan.
Oo, 'di ba? Maraming salamat, Edren. We'll talk to you again soon, 'di ba? Salamat sa iyo and to Go Bike project. Ayan, let's proceed naman sa ating next speaker, syempre, 'di ba? All the way from Cebu. Ayan. Kausapin naman natin, Char, si Joseph Inosanto of B-Cert Cebu. And alamin naman natin kung ano naman, Sir Joseph, ano naman po ang all about B-Cert? Ako, nakita ko rin ang inyong napakagandang Facebook at ang dami nyo talagang ginagawa, no? Day to day. Interested ako malaman, sir, ano ba yung kwento natin? How did your organization start? And syempre, ano po ba yung advantages, especially now, in a specially urbanized setting such as Cebu City? Alam ko, sir, meron kayong presentation, tama ba?
Yes, we do have.
Yan.
First,
Oo,
I
sige.
would like to, bravo to Edren for the Go Bikes. We have same vision. Kasi I lost a lot of friends because of road accidents, and that really hurts a lot. Kaya ngayon, I decided to do this until kaya pa. So, it's an honor to be here, Ma'am Amy.
Of course, the honor is always sa amin po. Alam mo yan, Sir Joseph, di ba? So, very quick lang naman, sir. We'd like to know more about your organization and then ano po ba yung advantages? Do you want to share the presentation, sir? Or ano? Gusto mo chika-chika
Yes,
na lang tayo? Ayan. Sige.
Actually,
We'll
it's
chika after. Oh.
this is just our standard presentation, but I'll make it fast. My slides might look too long, pero hindi talaga. I'll just make it fast, Amy. So first of all, we are from Base Camp Emergency Response Team. We started in 2013. We are a volunteer response unit. Our only idea, same with Go Bikes, is to be an organized volunteers group because we don't have much resources before. Accidentally, we started assisting in Yolanda with the French USAR team, also helping the Philippines in that way. We were deployed in Northern Cebu and also in Giwan Samar. So we serve everybody, Miss Aini, anyone. We don't care if what's your political affiliation, religion, or race, or education. We will serve anyone with all good faith. And we are 100% registered with, government SEC and BIR, and also Google because Google Charity is kind enough to give us some, their own help with charity organizations in the Philippines. So we've been working for the past years, international organizations, including from UK, France, Australia, even in some organizations in Israel and also locally. So what we do here is just in case our country needs help, just a simple tap with them, they might send some contingent to help us in disaster response. That is something that we are really looking forward, just in case we need assistance from other countries. And we already established a good relationships sa mga ibang bansa that are doing same thing with us, like volunteers. So this is one of our units in BSERT. Since 2013, this is the first concept. We call it the DLRU. We have our own K9 unit, just volunteer handlers. And also we have our volunteers also. We train them according to their field of specialty, from ropes, EMS or medical, and even social workers. We also have college students and students. We help them because ang nakikita po namin dito is the young ones, like Go Bike is doing. We need to engage them because I do believe these guys are the future of disaster response. They're young, very very interested. Nakikita din namin sa kanila yung drive. But currently with this pandemic, we tried to lower down the membership because of the challenges with their online class and also the concerns of the parents. We also assist scouting units, Boy Scouts of the Philippines from here in Cebu, including the Emergency Services Corps, which we assisted for the past years, including Abiliana, Ateneo, and also Cebu Council. And we have partnership also with one of the state universities in Cebu, which is the Cebu Normal University. Again, we are trying to train young ones, yung mga college students, to build their own ERT in their school. And also, same with Go Bikes, we have 18 below. The only difference here right now, we only train them on the cycle response unit, specific with the permission of their mother organization. So in BSERT CRU, we're not just BSERT, we are a composition of different groups. So roughly we have solar, fire and rescue, that we are training them accordingly to the guidelines that we set with the cycle response unit. We also have the EMSU, or the Emergency Medical Services Unit. This is our team that we set up according to our guidelines pag merong mga major events like Sinulog, like now, Operation Undas, and other civic organization organized by the government. So we also work with different organizations and schools, katulad ng VELES, CNU, and other organizations or volunteer groups. And the social services unit. So same with the Go Bikes. I'm really inspired what they do. We also monitor old ones. We penetrate like areas that I can say even a bike cannot go. We go visit the houses, monitor their health. Sad to say, because of kulang ng pera, some of them just died in the house. And that really hurts us a lot. That's why we're aiming soon that we could have at least an ambulance on our unit so we could provide them free patient transport. And for the past months, this is what we have done. Monitoring senior citizens, PWD or disabled, that walang capacity pumunta ng hospital. We offer if we could send them some medicines, gamot, or anything that we could offer, like relief goods, and also children and orphans that are, walang-wala talaga. And for the past to 2020, this is what we have done on assisting or helping the front lines in the COVID. It was really a humble experience. Sometimes I go to work and ask myself how bad the situation is. Minsan nakikita ko yung sarili ko, if I were in their position, what will I do? So we did our best to assist, even we are just a small organization or a small volunteers group. We did everything to assist them, from relief operations, patient transport, monitoring, and also spraying of Lysol. So this is the cycle response unit, and we started the concept in 2015. But the challenge was quite great. We got the concept in UK and United States and also in Australia. And currently, we are fully activated, the cycle response unit, since 2019. And this is our humble team. Ito po yung nagawa namin so far. And the CRU Cebu, or the Cycle Response Unit Cebu, we are composed of more than 20 operators, highly selected operators. But we also have partners that are working with us. And the CRU is composed of reservists, EMT, nurses, educators, BP employees, and also some students that we are training them time to time also. So we also use the MOS system, or we call it the micro operation system and support. So we don't operate large scale, we operate in micro scale because it's more efficient, more cost effective, and most of all, very functional yung mga cycle responders, because we try to copy what is being used in other countries like in UK and also in the US, like the International Police Mountain Biking Association. So far, this is our three major core functions. So first, road assistance. Kasi yung nakikita namin last pandemic, ang daming nasisiraan. And we don't really know how to help them at first. Paano kaya to? I mean, since 2015, we conceptualized the CRU. It just so happened 2019 lang na fully na-umpisa namin because of the resources and challenges in building the fleet. So most of the time, meron kaming nakikitang mga cyclists na needs of repairs or patch, or even a bike rescue, the whole bike, we need to put it on the vehicle. Our second function is the emergency response, which is our really bread and butter as a cycle response unit, and also as safety educators sa mga cyclists, not only the cyclists, but also the motorists, and also for the people, even they're walking. How important cycling in this community and the safety of it. So this is one of our partners and supporters, the St. John Ambulance Australia. We got the idea of the CRU to them because they were the ones sending us medical supplies, and we were visiting their website and doing some research on how to use the bike as a medical response vehicle, as a platform. So in 2015, we were talking some of the guys. It was a wild idea. My co-founder, Paul Morris, was in UK. He also saw it in UK, in NHS. So naisipan po namin, yung mga malalaking bansa, they are really rich, and big ambulance organizations are still using bike. So why can't we? Subukan nga natin. And we started from one bike, one motorcycle, and slowly we started building the fleet. So we're aiming right now to be part of the IMBA, or the International Police Mountain Biking Association, as regular volunteers, so we can have more access on the trainings and also recognition on the global aspect. So this is our timeline. In 2018, it was a challenge for us in building the fleet. Same with the Go Bikes. Slowly, we started from a few bikes, and on 2019, we fully deployed whatever we have, sending them to marathons and also transportation for the volunteers. Until 2020, the full activation of the CRU, we spent a lot of time, training, and resources just to activate the CRU, until in 2021 we were able to assist our very own local government unit dito sa Cebu, which is the Cebu Bike Lanes Board, who's handling the bike lanes in Cebu City. So this is our trainings, and I'm very particular with the operators simply because safety is priority for us. We do a process of classification. We call it class 3, class 2, tsaka class 1, until they were able to finish the guidelines and the standards that we're setting as a first responder or a cycle medic. Some of our what we call this one responders po is mga ambulance crew, EMT, and nurses. Some are also joining the armed forces of the Philippines, from Air Force and Navy or Army. But we're very open to operators that willing to join us. And one condition that they need to abide yung standards na siniset namin as a cycle response unit, simply because they are really dealing with not just basic first aid, but anything on the road, even fire, or even a hazmat, or even security concerns. So this is our CRU content. And before, we made some research in 2015 and 2018. We were finding groups that already exist about the cycle response unit, and we were surprised. We haven't found anyone except for Bike Scouts Philippines, but we really like the way they use the bikes for disaster response, until we designed the CRU with the consultation of paramedics from UK, Australia, and Dubai. We made a lot of research before we decided to fully form the fleet on 2018. So before we have struggles yung same with any other NGO, yung equipment, training, and resources. So our composition right now with our panniers, we divide it according to the purpose. Iba-iba. We have a BLS bike, we have a repair bike, and we have a logistics support bike. So these are some of the contents yung bike namin. And currently, from January to September 2021 this year, we were able to assist 81 individuals from vehicular accident, even a shooting incident, and also event injuries from different bike events. So we already logged more than 3,000 hours on our volunteer patrol and trainings. And currently we were able to give away PPE for more than 220 bike commuters. And we are hoping to give more before end of the year. So we're so happy that some of the good people in Cebu, especially local bike shops, they donated some helmets and PPE for the bike commuters. And by the way, we pioneered the Philippine Cycle Response Unit together with other CRU responders. Surprisingly, meron kaming nakita mga ibang groups that they already have a CRU started lately lang. And I also tried to invite Go Bikes for this one because we want to build a network just in case we will be visiting the area or maybe need some assistance. Same what other countries are doing to our country. So we need to build a network and contacts. And Bike Scouts, we're so happy to be part of Bike Scouts because they already built a very strong network of bike responders for calamity response around the Philippines. We credit Sir Miles for that one. We have partners in Baguio, Dubai also, which are also guiding the team, and also United Medics in Tacloban. So we are preparing for Operation Undas right now in a bigger scale. So we're planning to send more bike operators on Metro Cebu and not limited on cemetery also. We try to send them on malls, parks, and even major highways. So as of now, even we're just bikes, I'm proud to say the bike is really efficient in response. First, it can go to any terrain or traffic. Second, you can play around the directions. And lastly, you don't need the gasoline to operate a bike to response. It's very easy to operate. And the maintenance is really, really low. So natutuwa po kami na yung bike po is really, really efficient. So as what I said, yung mga malalaking ambulance services are still using bikes. So how about us Filipinos? Why can't we use the bikes in EMS? I agree with Go Bikes statement that there's something missing. I lost a lot of friends in the road accidents, and in fact, some of the bikes that we have, we name some of them sa kanila. We're also pushing hard to have more AED bikes in the coming years. So we also do regular patrols in major establishments like Ayala, SM, Seaside, which a lot of bikers every weekends, and also Cebu Business Park, which is the hub of the call centers here in Cebu. Event and road assistance. So for me, hindi ko kayang tiisin. I saw a biker because I'm also a cyclist ever since. I saw someone having a hard time with the bikes, and I will not just stop. I will really ask, what's wrong with your bike? If cycle response unit is there, we give them free tubes, patch kits, chains, or anything that's available on our panniers, like even the rollers, pedals, ibibigay po namin for free. That's our commitment to the cycling community in Cebu. And we are also assisting with Rotary, together with the Rotary Club of Mandaue and also with the other Rotary clubs in Cebu for some of their activities, including a bloodletting campaign. And right now, one of our commitment to the Cebuano people and to the biking community is to inspect, check existing bike facilities, and we would like to encourage more establishments to put bike-friendly facilities around Metro Cebu. In fact, we're the one who nominated Oak Ridge because we were so impressed with their setup in their bike amenities. And also, we're working closely right now with some establishments and encouraging some hotels. Please put a bike racks on your establishments. And we're willing to share whatever data we can get to Mobility Awards. And also, as part of our project, working closely with the local government unit, we are the one who trained the Cebu bike lanes patrollers on non-legal matters. We have trained about 90 of them for the past months, and we are monitoring their performance right now and improvement on the road. And also, we are also encouraging barangay-based DRR here in Cebu, and we are also assisting DRR San Roque, and also training other groups for cycle response unit based on the standards and the guidelines we set in CRU. So this is our 4 set of bike patrol training target areas. The BBS, or the basic bike skills, including the slow speed maneuvers and also bike mechanics, which is sometimes nakakalimutan ng ibang mga cyclists. The EMR, or the emergency medical response, and the TRS, or the traffic and safety. So we provide them some basic law and terms and traffic laws. And lastly, as a volunteer and responders, we should be more friendly, and we should appreciate the community. And like the Go Bikes founder said, we need to be approachable also on the streets. So these are the Cebu bike lanes patrol that we have trained, and I am so proud. Nakikita ko na sila sa streets doing their job, and they're deployed right now. And kudos to Cebu City for this one, and to the Cebu Bike Lanes Board. And it's a good job. The bike community really appreciate what they are doing right now. Even us, the cycling community. So one of our initiatives in Cebu, we're giving away free helmets to the bike commuters for the past months. We are already in wave 8. And what we do here is not just giving away helmets. We also provide feedback and survey kung ano yung, nakikita nila sa bike lanes, ano yung opinion nila, and what are the challenges as a bike commuter. So what we do is we forward it to the Cebu Bike Lanes Board. We collate data and we video it. And also, we try to encourage them, to do some improvement along the way. So, not just helmets, but also reflectors, PPE, masks, even relief goods binibigay po namin doon sa mga bike commuters. And also, one of our commitment, useless yung bike lane if it's hazardous. So we are also reporting bike lanes that are hazardous, like as you can see on the presentation, may butas. And also those bike lanes are being blocked. We also try to report it in the proper channel or agency or the bike patrollers. And also we try to, talk to the people, like, can you just park your vehicle properly, parang padaan yung bike in a nice way. And we have a strong partnership with Rotary Club Mandawis, because we just received a district grant this year for additional equipment and bikes. So we call it Saving Lives One Cycle at a Time. That was named by Rotary Club of Mandawi East. And I'm so happy with the support. And right now, we are a candidate for the global grant of the Rotary Club, the Rotary Foundation. So we're bidding to have an international grant so we can have more bikes, and we can give some bikes to other groups na gustong gumawa ng sarili ng CRU, and also an ambulance for the team. So this is Rotary, and so far they've been very kind to us. And I'm sharing this because I would like to encourage other organizations to help groups like us that are using bikes as a mean of response, because this is a very good platform or alternative. It's cost efficient, madaling i-operate, and it's very flexible, to be honest. And right now we are planning to continue the relief campaign effort, because not everybody were able to recover sa pandemic. So we talked to the team if we could continue the relief effort to select families, as what we did last year, for the coming days. And also, one of the projects of CRU, we identify families and we help the fundraising for a total house repair or total rebuild of their house. So this is Lola Sayo. We were able to complete 80% of the house. And at least, si Lola, meron ng mas magandang matutulugan compared to what we have before. So this is one of the accomplishments of the BSERT CRU for the past months. And also our dream, if we have a bike, much better if we have an AED. Because sudden cardiac arrest, or SCA, is one of the #1 killer right now in the society. Just the other day, the operations head of the Cebu Bike Lanes Patrol, Colonel Sugusa, just died of SCA. Because if you have an AED on your bike, you have more confidence on responding. Currently, BCERT CRU, we have 3 AED, live AED, and we just need to replace the battery. We're still looking for funds for the replacement. And we are hoping that the AED will be available for the public. So not just on the bike, but also in the schools, churches, and parks or terminals, hopefully soon. We also have a partnership with the AED Philippines, and also the CRU direction right now is we will have the Tri-Fleet Project 2021 to 2024. So this one is we're aiming to have our backup ambulance and also additional bikes for the coming months, so we can serve more for the public. So we have a website. You may visit our website. We have disaster tips. So from typhoons, fire, and also tsunami, everything is there. It's for free. And we haven't updated yet because of resources. We cannot afford a webmaster right now. So, but everything is there. You can use our website for free. And again, according to Helen Dyer, volunteerism is the voice of the people put into action like us. These actions shape and mold the present into a future of which we can all be proud of. So again, I'm a proud volunteer. I'm a proud cycle responder. For the past years, I've been doing cycling for recreations until I decided to use it in good purpose. I was one of the people who pushed cycling as a form of employee engagement in the call centers so they could have a much more healthier lifestyle. So thank you very much for the opportunity, Ma'am Ivy, and the rest of the Mobility Awards. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Can I just give a virtual round of applause para sa ating BCERT, diba? Ang team BCERT, and syempre sa ating speaker, Sir Joseph. Maraming salamat. Can I just say it's very, very organized, diba? Very organized, very highly networked. Talaga ang ganda ng network ninyo. Talagang sharing of best practices talaga yung ginawa natin, diba? With BCERT, with Sir Joseph. Alam ko ang daming collaborations niyan, Sir, ang daming magagandang initiatives, no, na pwede pang mangyari, di ba? Kaya maraming salamat. May nag-feedback po from our Facebook group from Arvin Limare Bonbon. Sabi niya, remarkable effort and initiative. We will try to replicate this in our LGU daw po. Sana daw matulungan niyo sila sa Dipolog City. Nako, anong masasabi niyo dyan, Sir Joseph?
That's a very good point, because before we started CRU, we were already assisting other LGU, Negros, Leyte, and we started CRU. There were some people contacting us from different parts of the country. And we are sharing our guidelines and training program. If we have the resources, we will visit the area. We will help them with the training, not just limited with medical skills, but also slow speed maneuver and other things. We are also willing to donate equipment and medical supplies to those groups that are really interested. That's our hope. In fact, we already sent we're about to send 1 box of support to Baguio, our counterpart in BBPCA, to Leonard.
Maraming salamat. Ayan pala, Arvin, narinig mo. Mamaya, tatanungin ulit natin yung speakers paano natin sila mako-connect or mako-contact or matutulungan. O babalikan natin. In terms of, kasi nakita ko rin, Sir Joseph, talagang 3,000 hours na po ang volunteer work natin, no, with your community. At the same time, ang dami na rin nating natulungan, di ba? So talagang nakita po ninyo yung effect talaga ng pagbibisikleta dito sa paraang ito. Ano pong difference kaya nito versus other types of modes of transport po?
Oh, malaki, because when the COVID pandemic, I'm one of the people that are highly affected. To be honest, I don't own a vehicle. I'm just a regular guy going to the office, commuting, because I'm very lazy in driving kasi tamad ako mag-drive. It's been a habit before. Like, I just want to sit down, go to the office. I don't want to think about the parking fees or ano pa dyan. So
can I just say, I can relate. Ayoko rin po mag-drive, to be very honest with you. Okay.
Listen, may kaaway ka pa because of, mga kamuti drivers. So for me, I just want to go to the office with light head, and I don't want to worry about thinking about parking fees or even gasoline. I'm a bike commuter ever since in 2006. I was one of the people who started Convergence Outdoor Club and Convergence Bike Club. So one of our program is to encourage call center agents to do at least once every week magbike. And it was very effective because, save on their costs, healthy living. The difference between a bike and the ambulance is the size. An ambulance, it's fast, it can load a patient, but sometimes you don't need to transport a patient. You just need to be there to conduct first aid. Same what the go bikes are doing, get vital signs. If we found out there's underlying factor, that's the time we call the ambulance. So technically we're saving resources of the local government. Kasi if we found that there's no need for an ambulance dispatch, we're giving them other priority like yung COVID transport, and also saves the fuel and lesser emission. So that's one of the big difference, and you don't need to pay expensive license to operate a bike.
Yes,
Not
definitely.
Not everybody can afford a license.
Halos ang panahon ngayon, sir, 'di ba? Dami na talagang requirements, 'di ba? Just the last question for you guys, with you, Sir Joseph. Alam ko ang dami nating networks, ang dami nating network organizations, ang dami rin po nating partners, not just the private sectors but also other NGOs as well. How about the government po? Ano po yung specific support na naipoprovide ng local government of Cebu sa inyong organization?
Ms. M, that's a very good question. In fact, they offered us to be part of the DRR so we could get a budget for the Cebu City. But for me, this is just my stand right now. Whatever they can give us, kahit yung space lang for parking of the bikes for the responders or volunteers, that will do. I'm not really asking for financial support kasi we all know that once you receive money from the government, some people will really put colors, especially right now this election. So as volunteers, and we are trying to be less dependent on the LGU, but we will work with them for free. In fact, we train the bike patrollers for free. We didn't ask for anything. The only support we're asking is let us operate. If we need help, especially for volunteers or ambulance, yun lang. The best support that the local government of Cebu gave to us is they give us an opportunity to share yung practices namin, especially our guidelines, and to train the bike patrollers. And for us, that's good enough. If we saw something on the bike lanes and we could improve the bike patrollers, if we could improve their ways, for us, it's already it's an honor. Para sa akin, okay na yun. And hopefully, the coming years, we might have more support from other LGU in Metro Cebu.
Yes, we're with you in hoping for that, and sana po, 'di ba? Ang ganda ng initiative, and sana talagang very supportive lahat po ng sector, especially sa inyo, no, para po mas maging matagumpay, 'di ba? Napakaganda po ng ginagawa ninyo sa inyong community, at sana po dumami pa. At sabi nga ni Arvin, sana replicate pa sa sa Dipolog City at sa iba pa pong lugar, 'di ba? So sama-sama po tayo lahat, 'di ba? Ang ganda-ganda ng feeling pag lahat ng siyudad siguro sa Pilipinas may ganitong setup, 'di ba? Tulong-tulong po kayo, bike scouts, 'di ba, sila Edren. Ang ganda ng collaboration na mangyayari. So maraming salamat, Sir Joseph. We're gonna talk to you a bit later on pa, no, mamaya naman mag-uusap pa tayo, no. But bago tayo magpaalam sa iyo, Sir Joseph, alam ko may mga ilan sigurong mga taga Cebu at BCERT, no. Maraming salamat for watching us and thank you for joining us. So before we proceed sa ating next speaker, reminders lang again mga kapatid sa Facebook, make sure to join ang ating napakagandang question for the day. Naku, mananalo po kayo ng Mobility Award shirt and face mask. Sasagutin nyo lang po naman ang isang napakagandang tanong na naka-flash sa ating screen. Name 3 advantages that a bicycle can provide in times of emergency or disaster response. May mga nabasa na ako kanina, Shar, eh. May mga interesting answers na akong nabasa. Keep them coming, mga kapatid, kasi mamaya i-announce po namin ang top 5 winners before po magtapos ang aming programa. On to you, Shar.
Napaka-exciting naman yung mga mag-a-announce ng mga winners. Pero before we do that, I just want to move on to our next speaker. You know, we've heard from these amazing organizations. On to another amazing organization and initiative. We'll turn to you, Neil Alejandro Pinaroc from Bike Scouts Philippines. If you have a presentation, feel free to share. Pero gusto lang din namin malaman kung ano ginagawa ng organization nyo and what also made you decide to invest in bicycles to support the operations and Bike Scouts. So on to you, Neil.
Hello, good morning. I am very sorry I wasn't able to prepare a presentation.
It's fine.
Hindi kasi sinabi sa akin na pwedeng Had I known, ang dami namin kasing marami kaming mga activities na medyo makukulay because of the nature of the Barbie riders. Yes, we started out, my plunge into biking started when Sir Miles established Bike Scout in Eastern Samar. So some of my friends were first members of the Bike Scouts, and they introduced me to biking. So it started from there. Then one time, right after the lockdown in Manila, okay, Eastern Samar was very quiet, very silent, and you will never see any group or any single individual on the streets because of the pandemic. Sabi nga nila, sabi ko nga bakit tayo natatakot? Wala pa namang COVID case dito sa Eastern Samar. But then, dahil siguro sa takot, ang Eastern Samar parang naging ghost town. Tapos, pinagbawalan ang any form of transportation except bike. So it all started from there. So para makakalabas ako, nagbabike ako. And it all started, yes, it all started from there. Then we usually, ang naging labanan na lang para makakuha ka ng istorya, Facebook at lahat ng social media. Oo, so doon na lang nagkikita-kita, ika nga. So, nature of my work, because I am the tourism officer, so I have to see to it, also being a member of the IATF, provincial IATF. Syempre, hindi pwedeng hindi ako maging mobile. I have to visit one place, to see to it kung tama ang pagpapasunod ng mga protocols. Tapos, sometimes we deliver goods, mga relief operations, sumasama ako doon. So, then, nung magkaroon din ng lockdown ang bawat munisipyo, ang bawat towns, the more na nahirapan yung mga tao at natakot na lumabas. And so, it all started from there na mga bike scouts kami ng aking kaibigan when we were invited for a fun ride daw. Fun ride doon sa other town, sa Balangkayan. It is a 2 town away from Borongan City where I reside. So, sabi ko, come on, let's join. Para maiba naman ang ating atmosphere. Mga 2 months na kasing walang labas-labas at saka walang community na nakikita na mayroong activity. Sabi naman ng aking kaibigan, ikaw, hindi ka pa naglo-long ride. Sabi ko, sige na. Nag-bike kami papunta roon. And to my surprise, the fun ride was a scam. It was not a fun ride pala. Mayroon kaming almost 8 to 10 kilometers na trail na dinaanan. But then, prior to the event, kasi sabi nga fun ride, yung kaibigan ko sabi niya, ay kinakailangan, kakaiba tayo sa ibang bikers. Pare-parehas tayong may jersey, pare-parehas tayong may bike. Dapat mapansin tayo. Okay, sabi ko mag-headdress tayo para mapansin tayo since it's a fun ride. And yung name na Barbie Rider started from there. When we were called as participants from Borongan City Bike Scouts, with our headdress on, nagpalakpakan yung mga tao at tinawag kaming, ay, Barbies! So it all started from there. Now, later, nung nagbabike na kami, more and more LGBTQ community were encouraged na ay pwede palang magbike yung mga tulad namin because they were afraid hindi kasi sila maka-join sa usual bike groups because of our peculiarity. Natatakot sila. Siyempre pang masculine daw, pang masculine yung bike activity. So ayaw nilang mapulaan na ay kikimbot-kimbot ka, lalamya-lamya ka, hindi ka pwede sa grupo namin. So, I encourage them to join. And it started the craze. Nagkaroon na ng Barbie riders. At ginawan namin ng paraan because of the nature of the members. Alam niyo naman yung mga Beckies. Oo. Gustong center of attraction. So sabi nila, why not punta tayo sa mga lugar-lugar tapos pagdating natin doon magsuot tayo ng high heels. So it started also na nagbabay kami when we reach our destination, nag-heels, nagrarampa-rampa kasi sabik na rin yung mga Becky sa mga rampahan. Oo. Yun. So sabi ko, ay, parang papatok itong grupo. So I started encouraging them. Yun na, pagdadating namin, nagkaroon na kami ng mga invitations. Oo, ini-invite kami magpunta sa mga towns. Tapos pagdating namin doon, we in return, sumasayaw kami. Oo, ini-entertain namin sila. Because yung grupo namin, yung Barbie Riders, yung members niya, are young professionals. Okay? They are young professionals and we came from all walks of life. Yung iba, kadalasan mga guro. Oo. Dahil nung pandemic, wala naman instruction sa kanila kung ano pang gagawin. So magulo pa yung kanilang system. So wala pang module at that time. So sumama sila, nag-join. Sabi ko na, pagagalitan kayo ng mga principal ninyo pag nagsuot kayo ng mga high heels. Wala silang pakialam. Sabi nila, basta mag-enjoy lang tayo. Ibigay natin yung hilig ng ating mga kababayan. Pasayahin natin sila, pandemic na naman. So yun. Then, after that, nakikita ko na nag-i-enjoy naman sila. So nag-usap-usap kami. Nagkaroon na kami ngayon ng mga small activities. Pumupunta kami sa isang barangay, nagbibigay ng konting tulong. Tapos nung December, nag-provide kami ng mga gifts para sa mga bata. And then, when we became popular sa province, we were also invited sa city, Borongan City, at saka sa province para mag-implement ng mga ordinances para sa bike mobility. So, nai-invite kami, nagkakaroon kami ng boses. And we contributed a lot. Okay. And since yung Eastern Samar ay daanan favorite ng mga bagyo, okay, we also assist yung mga DRRMO at saka PDRRM at saka mga groups sa pagre-relay ng mga informations. Mabilis ang information sa amin kasi bawat town mayroong bike scouts, tapos mayroon kaming group chat kung anong mga pangyayari na gaganap dito sa Borongan, agad-agad nalalaman doon sa ibang towns because of the connections. Ang nagiging problema lang pag mahina yung aming connections. So yan. Yung una, yung goal ng Barbie Riders at that time was for us na magkaroon ng ang bicycling ay maging safe, may pakita sa kanila na it is safe, maganda sa health nila, at saka maging what they call this, kapalit na transport system para sa mga motorsiklo at saka sa mga tricycles, na kasi bawal at that time tumaas yung mga pamasahe because of iilan lang ang pwedeng pasakayin sa tricycle. So we encourage it. And yun, nag-boom yung bicycling dito sa Eastern Samar. And also, na-achieve namin yung goal namin na magkaroon ng shift. Okay? Significant shift from environmentally harmful na mga sasakyan, naging matumal na yung gumagamit ng motorsiklo, gumagamit ng mga cars, ano? At saka Uh, Na-encourage din namin yung aming ibang members na sedentary na maggalaw-galaw. Okay? And of course, physical activity na naman yun. Naging habit na nila. Tapos, na-gain naman nila yung aming minimiti na medyo hindi na sila gaanong sakitin. Tapos they tried, yes, that's one of our activities. Clean up drive namin yan. Yung nasa picture. Oo. And isa pa, nag-branch out yung Barbie Riders. Kasi may mga ladies na gustong sumali sa aming pagbabike. So, ang ginawa ko, I created another group and we call them the Barbie Ladies. Now, itong Barbie Ladies naman, ang grupo na ito parang naging comfort zone ng bawat member because yung mga members, not necessarily na mga LGBTQ sila. Mga ladies lang sila na gustong-gusto nilang sumama sa Barbies. Sila yung sumasama sa amin pag nagra-ride kasi feeling nila bumabata daw sila at saka ang saya-saya ng grupo. So, they joined us pero isineparate ko lang sila na grupo. I call them Barbie Ladies. At ngayon, ano na yon, parang comfort zone nila ang bawat isa. Oo. Then of course, may mga project kami na katuwang yung provincial government at saka ang city ng Borongan. So nagkaroon kami ng bike city na kung saan we invited bikers from all over Eastern Samar to join us para ma-launch yung ordinance na naipasa sa Borongan City. And also we conducted yung City Council nag-conduct ng competition para sa bike rack design contest para ilalagay naman sa mga establishments kung saan marami ang mga bikers na pumapasok using their bikes, of course. And also, dahil nasihan yung aming governor, he is also fond of inviting us to ride with him, okay, in all his activities. Tapos pag may mga activity na medyo malalaki, instead na mga motorbikes ang ginagamit, ini-invite yung mga bikers, okay, para maging masaya yung activity. And of course, to top it all, ini-encourage namin ang aming mga members na mag-join pag may mga trainings na sinasagawa tulad ng rescue operations, nagvo-volunteer sa mga health programs ng aming government. Makikita natin itong ating mga bikers na tumutulong. And we are so glad na sa ngayon lang, we are not that active kasi yung aming mga members busy sa module. Delivering of modules, securing and collecting the modules, at saka correcting the modules. So minsan, 4 na lang yung nagbabike, but then pag may free time sila, nagjo-join naman sila. Especially so pag may mga socio-civic activities kaming dinadalawan. And being the tourism head, okay? Pag may nagsa-site visit ako, nag-assessment ng isang tourism destinations, I see to it that I bring along those who are free na mga Barbie riders to promote a particular tourist destinations. Na kung saan nagiging effective siya because nakikita nila na yung Barbie riders nagpupunta ron. Imagine, we visit the place with our bikes on. So, parang nai-encourage more ang ibang mga turista to visit the place.
Yes. Napakagandang initiative ito. And also, gusto ko din yung, aside from the bike scouts, operations, yung mga ginagawa nila, may sarili kayong character or personality na dinadala din sa bike scouts. Na, unique talaga at saka nakakatuwa Kasi feeling ko pag makikita ko kayo sa daan, gusto ko sumali din. Gusto ko sumali sa mga
Oo,
Barbie
actually,
ladies sa likod.
actually, pag nagbabike kami along the way, parang, yun bang yung feeling namin mga artista? Kasi,
Oo.
kumakuha yung mga tao, tapos yung mga bata, pilit na lumalabas sa kanilang mga tanan. Ay, nandito na yung Barbie Riders, nandito na yung Barbie Riders. Pero pag may maluwang-luwang naman na space, may dala-dala lang kaming speaker. Pag medyo maluwang-luwang yung space, bababa kami, we put on our heels at sumasayaw kami para
Wow.
ma-enjoy naman ng mga bata. Yung
Oo.
alam mo naman yung mga Beckies. Oo, mga highly evolving species.
Ang galing naman kasi especially now since parati tayo nasa bahay, parang same things lang yung mga nakikita natin, mga laptop natin or cellphone. Pero maganda rin kunyari sumilip sa labas ng bahay tapos makita yung mga Barbie riders and Barbie ladies na may dalang speaker at nagrarampa sa labas. Parang nakakatuwa.
Kaya nga, sabi ng ibang bikers, bakit ba may mga bit-bit kayong bag sa likod ninyo, kayong mga Barbie riders? Oy, mag-bit-bit din kayo ng high heels ninyo. Oo.
Nadala rin ako ng heels ko.
It's just a form of pouring out yung mga hindi magaganda na na-experience natin. Kasi kung nagbabike kami at saka nagsasayaw-sayaw, nawawala yung pansamantala yung problema. And na-encourage namin yung iba. Nahahawa actually. Nahahawa namin yung iba na nanonood sa amin na maging light naman lang yung feeling nila sa pagbisita namin.
As you mentioned that nga.
We are so glad na medyo marami na rin naman kaming nahahawa na magbike. Oo. At pumunta sa mga lugar na pinupuntahan namin.
Absolutely. As you mentioned that nga po, as emergency responders, part of Bike Scouts and Barbie Riders and Barbie Ladies, paano nyo na-promote? Kasi sabi nyo kanina na i-inspire yung mga community surrounding you. Especially promoting inclusivity and diversity. How do you inspire those within their ranks?
Oo. Actually, kasi sinasabi nila, parating lang tinatanong, paano kayo nag-umpisa? Tapos, how come naging grupo kayo? Kasi nakikita nila kasi sabi ko nga kanina, we came from all walks of life. Sabi ko, kasi nga, kinakailangan namin ng venue para maipakita namin ang kami. Oo. So kung kayo gusto niyo mag-bike, pwede rin kayong makatulong sa Bike Scout. Walang makakapigil sa inyo kung gusto ninyong tumulong, kung gusto ninyong sumali sa organization. Kasi nga, ang purpose lang namin is para maging healthy kami para sa aming sarili at makatulong sa kapwa. So with that, medyo na-encourage din sila. And also, ang nakaka-hamper lang kasi ilan yung may bike. Sa isang pamilya, minsan dalawa, tapos 4 ang anak. O kung sino ang available, parang Jack and Poy, kung sino ngayong araw ang gagamit. Ng 2 bike. Okay. So yung iba, pag medyo hindi magra-ride, ipinapahiram para makapag-enjoy naman sa pagbabike.
Yeah. Actually, yung mga questions na naisip niya, nasagot niya na lahat eh. But Amy, would you have any further questions that I have missed?
Yes, oo nga eh. I think basically na-cover natin lahat for Neil. Naku, napaka-inspiring, no? I really love the fact that aside from yung humanitarian work, no, the work that you do sa community, sabi mo nga Neil, and then of course yung health aspect, no, talagang you're shedding light on the issues on gender, on inclusivity, di ba? Ang ganda eh. Ang gandang platform po niyan, di ba? Having that opportunity, di ba? Talagang to share it. Kasi the mere fact that you are visible in your community and you love what you do and you do the best that you can to really show who you are, di ba? Ang ganda po, ang gandang inspiration. I hope yung mga community members ninyo, especially 'di ba yung mga kasamahan natin sa LGBTQ community po. Sana po ma-inspire kayo, no, sumali rin po kayo kasi napakaganda ng cause. It's not just helping out the community, but you know,
True.
being part of that very inclusive work. Maraming salamat, Neil. Naku, napakaganda niyan. Napakaganda ng inspiration talaga. And I hope, 'di ba? Sana ma-inspire. Marami rin po one of our organizers here, Pinay Bike Commuters Community, also 'di ba, support gender inclusivity kasi po ang pagbibisikleta hindi naman po yan gendered, 'di ba? Lahat po dapat pantay-pantay. Kaya maraming salamat sa iyo, Anil. Nako, thank you so much for that. Syempre invite natin, syempre yung mga taga-Borongan, sana naman po mag-nominate din po kayo diyan. Nako, sumali rin po kayo sa ating Mobility Awards, 'di ba? At sundan natin ang yapak at inspirasyon mula sa Bike Scout. We're very proud of what you do. And syempre, hello po sa mga Barbie ladies at mga Barbie riders natin na nanonood ngayon. 'Di ba? Marami pang nanonood ngayon. Sana pinapanood ka nila ngayon, Neil, 'di ba?
Yes, so.
Yes, so mamaya babalikan natin ulit si Neil. Meron tayong final question sa iyo later on, Neil. Thank you so much for sharing your inspiration and your story, 'di ba? Talagang very proud kami sa inyo. Ayan, pumunta naman po tayo syempre sa ating panghuli, 'di ba? Panghuling speaker sa araw na ito. Syempre, pakikinggan naman po natin ang kwento ni Joaquin Corregidor, isa po nating responder during the time of Typhoon Yolanda. Kumusta ka naman, Joaquin? Alam ko nasa ICSC office ka ata ngayon sa ating Leyte office, tama ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
Kumusta ka na? Naku, nakita ko yung kapatid mo ata, binati ka, mukhang excited sila para sa iyo, no? At sa pag-join mo sa amin. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Joaquin. Naku, alam ko kanina ka pa excited i-share yung kwento mo, no? Pero kami rin, naku, inaantabayanan ko. Paano ka ba nagsimula bilang isang emergency responder noong panahon ng Yolanda?
Nagsimula ako mag-responder na makatulong sa ibang tao. Kasi ako nawalan din ako ng ama sa disaster na yan. Hindi ko na isip na hindi ako matakot na tumulong sa iba. Para isipin na matakot ka sa iba na hindi mo bigay yung kung meron siya, ikaw wala. Tulungan ko na lang sila para maganda yung kalilibingan ng isang namatay ng Yolanda. Dahil kahit ganito lang akong tao, tumutulong din ako sa iba. Hindi ko naman kayang
Are you okay? Nako, Neil, nako, very emotional ata si Neil, no? Kahit naman ako, no, knowing your story and what you've been through, napakalaki ng inspirasyon mo, Neil, no? Sana malaman mo 'yan, no? Kaya mo bang mag-continue, Neil? Kaya mo pa ba? Nandito kami to support you, syempre. Talagang taos-puso ang pasasalamat namin sa iyong inspirasyon, 'di ba? Kaya pa ba ng powers mo na ikwento? Joaquin?
kahit hindi naman ako sinisildo ng paghanap ng mga namatay, pero patuloy pa rin akong tumutulong sa aming barangay. Kahit anong hirap, nagkahiwalay-hiwalay kami. Sila nanay, nag-ibang lugar. Ako lang nagpaiwan sa amin na mahanap ko yung ama ko. Dahil inisip ko na lang, ako magpapaiwan dito, mahanap ko yung ama ko. Higit isang buwan bago mahanap ang aking ama. Kinakargahan lang namin ng mga patay, isang pedicab. Nag-aarkila lang kami para malagyan namin ng mga patay na nakukuha namin. Umaakyat pa kami ng daga, ng bukid, mahanap lang yung ibang mga tagoron sa amin. Kahit anong hirap, kakayanin para makatulong sa iba. hindi mapapantayan ng ang pera sa pagtulong sa iba. Yun lang po, ma'am.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Joaquin.
Opo,
Lahat
ma'am.
kami, lahat kami dito, 'di ba? Sabi ko nga sa iyo, we are all inspired by your story. Thank you for being so brave. Alam ko hindi ganun kadaling balikan, 'di ba, yung kwentong 'yan. And to those of you who are watching this, I hope that you also feel inspired. And I know you have your own stories, 'di ba? Doon sa panahon ng Yolanda, pwedeng hindi pa sa Yolanda, maybe sa iba pa pong scenario, 'di ba? Sa ibang sitwasyon at ibang emergencies. And having that heart and passion to serve. Hindi lang po yung pamilya, 'di ba? Ang ginawa ni Joaquin, not just yung family niya, yung tinulungan niya, but also yung community. 'Di ba? Kaya sobrang salamat sa pagkwento mo niyan, Joaquin. Thank you for being brave. Yun lang ang gusto kong sabihin sa'yo. Thank you for being brave. 'Di ba? Hindi lahat ng tao kayang ikwento yan. Siguro yung iba hindi pa kayang lubusan, 'di ba? Na makamove forward. Pero dahil sa'yo at sa kwento mo, sana marami pong ma-inspire, 'di ba? At salamat kasi hindi mo ginamit ang pagsubok na ito para magtago at magkubli, 'di ba? Talagang ginawa mo yung best mo para makatulong din. Tama ba sa community mo, Joaquin? Oo. So talagang nag-support ka. Hanggang ngayon, anong type of support? Ngayon ba active ka pa rin sa community in terms of supporting
Opo, ma'am.
them?
Isa po akong responder sa San Joaquin Rescue Team. Isa po akong responder. Nag-training po ako ng medic at saka wasar doon sa dagat. Certified ako nga responder sa San Joaquin. Kung may mga aksidente sa amin, kami na lang yung nagre-retrieve sa kanila. Yan lang po.
O, 'di ba? Napakaswerte pala. Meron tayong mga responders diyan. At pagbibisikleta pa rin ang ginagamit mo, Joaquin.
Opo, ma'am. Hanggang ngayon.
Yes.
Nag-umpisa
Ever
ako ng
reliable.
13 years old hanggang ngayon, 29 years old na ako. Hanggang elementary pa ako, dyan na ako nag-umpisa mag-pedicab.
Yes. Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
Sa pamilya.
Oo. Mula noon hanggang ngayon pala, 'di ba? And sana marami pang ma-inspire sa iyo, 'di ba? Especially diyan sa community mo. Kung bumati ka naman syempre sa mga taga Leyte na nanonood sa iyo ngayon. Alam ko proud na proud sila sa iyo.
Binabati ko pala yung mga kapatid ko at saka yung nanonood ngayon.
Ayan. So maraming salamat sa iyo. And I know for a fact marami pong nakaka-relate dun sa nangyari, 'di ba? And yan, kasi gusto ko rin talagang maintindihan more kasi we have si Glyn Lee, yan. Nandito rin si Glyn Lee part of our ICSC team. Alam ko nandiyan siya. Kasama mo siya ngayon, tama ba? Joaquin? Ayan, baka naman pwede rin natin si Glyn Lee po ay isa sa partners natin, no? Partners, of course, part of the organizing committee of ICSC. And syempre, kasama ni Joaquin ngayon. Glyn Lee, baka naman pwede mo rin i-share. Ano nga ba yung kwento ni Joaquin para rin sa ating mga nanonood ngayong umagang ito, di ba?
So, yung during times nung Yolanda is, yung nangyari about sa kay Joaquin, na nawalan siya ng tatay. Nawalan siya ng tatay, then hinahanap niya yung tatay niya, then it comes na hindi niya mahanap. So dumating yung time na habang naghahanap siya nung tatay niya, marami siyang nare-recover na bodies na hindi niya tatay kasi akala niya tatay niya yung nakikita. Parang nagkaroon siya ng gift, tama na yun, okay na. Instead, so nakikita niya sa lugar, halimbawa dun sa area na yun, may ma-feel siya na meron diyang body kahit covered siya ng debris. Turns out, paghanap niya is hindi pala yun yung body ng tatay niya. Then during nung time, yung way of transpo niya kasi hindi pa yun ma-access ng road. Saka mahal pa yun, nagmahalan yun yung gasolina. Tapos, me of course, na-experience ko yun as a survivor too. Masyadong limited yung gasolina, nalulot nga rin yung gasolina. So yung way of transport talaga is yung pedicab. So from ibang area, kasi medyo mahirap yung pagdala rin. So yung kwento ni Joaquin sa akin tsaka nung nanay niya is nilalagay nila muna sa may kawayan, tapos kina-cover up kung ano man yung ma-cover, tapos dinadala nila sa pedicab kasi hindi yun ma-access nung kahit anong four-wheel or the motor, tapos pinupunta sa simbahan na yun, sa may simbahan, tapos dun yung mass grave area. So yun yung naging way of transportation nung bodies during nung time na yon, na na si Joaquin din through pati rin sa story nung sa ibang community na malagi yung naging tulong ni Joaquin, kasi parang yung nabanggit ko nga kanina na habang hinahanap niya yung tatay niya, ibang body, ibang katawan yung nare-recover, hanggat na meron nang dumating na mga aids from international or yung ibang NGOs na 477 bodies yung na-recover sa tulong ni Joaquin. Kasi parang siya na yung naging guide, yung story na pagpunta nung mga responder na may alam, yung nabanggit mo kanina, Joaquin, na naturuan si Joaquin during nung time na yon, yung paano yung safety handling ng bodies na pagkuha, retrieve, paglagay sa
cover
bag, yun yung naging experience niya nun.
Mahirap yung pagkuha ng patay sa debris kasi pwede ka rin ma-aksidente. Kami, maraming basura, may mga pako, hindi namin alam kung saan kami dadaan, pero wala kami kahit sapatos, wala kami nung ginagamit. Nakapaalang kami makatulong, naghahanap kami.
Hanggang ngayon yung gamit ni Joaquin, second pedicab na yung second pedicab na niya, pedicab pa rin siya magpunta ng trabaho. Tapos if nung hinanap ko siya last week, pag walang trabaho, pedicab pa rin, magpe-pedicab siya. So, yun na talaga yung niya.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Glinley, and thank you so much, Joaquin. Grabe, super brave. What can I say? Sobrang brave, sobrang inspiring. Alam ko, definitely nagpapasalamat ang pamilya nung 77, sabi mo nga kanina, no, na natulungan mo. And thank you for sharing that. Alam ko, medyo, di ba, it's something that's very traumatic, I would assume. And something na instead na ginamit mo yung pagkakataon na yon na umiyak, 'di ba? At maging malungkot, 'di ba? At maging magalit, 'di ba, sa sitwasyon, is ginamit mo itong strength para tumulong at bumangon sa community, no? So, talagang sobrang salamat dun sa kwento mo. Alam ko maraming na-inspire, no? If I can just read, no? Marami rin daw pong I read a comment that somebody also lost some relatives in Tanawan Leyte. Good job sa'yo, Brother Joaquin, no, from Joseph. Diba? And of course, sabi rin ng iba nating commenters dito is salute and snappy. Naku, maraming na-inspire sa'yo, Joaquin. I hope you feel that. I hope you know that. Diba? And sana ipagpatuloy mo pa yung magandang gawain, 'di ba? Magandang nasimulan mo. Kagaya ng mga kasama natin dito, 'di ba? I know what we actually shared, yung kwento ni Joaquin might be triggering to some. Siguro po dun sa iba nating manonood, baka po na-trigger kayo o kaya nagulat kayo dun sa kwentong ito. Ang paraan na 'yon ay para po malaman ninyo, 'di ba, yung talagang nangyayari on the ground. 'Di ba? At ano po yung pwedeng suporta ng pagbibisikleta, ang paggamit ng bisikleta. At syempre, yung mga kababayan po natin na willing magbigay ng oras at ng panahon despite sa mga kalamidad na ito. So maraming salamat sa iyo, Joaquin. Wala akong masabi. Talagang very speechless. Ako kanina pinipigilan ko yung pagluha ko, to be very honest with you. Pero maraming salamat to you for sharing your story. Now, I want to quickly just open this chat room, Char. No? Buksan lang sana natin. Can we request all of our speakers lang to quickly open your webcam? Meron lang tayong very short Q&A, very short na lang po ito kasi syempre we're very conscious of the time as well. My final questions are, and to all of our speakers, is really alam ko ang dami po nating pinagdaanan, 'di ba? Talagang ang dami nating pinagdaanan. I know you guys are doing very well. You're inspiring your communities. And ang dami, in spite of all the tragedies, the crisis, 'di ba? Yung events na nangyayari at napagdaraanan at nakikita nyo po, no? I really want to ask, how do you keep yourself motivated? Paano po kayo tumutuloy? Paano nyo po pinagpapatuloy yung laban? 'Di ba, yung laban na ito at laban para sa ating mga kababayan? And I want to start that question with, of course, Joaquin, 'di ba? Ano ang nagmo-motivate sa iyo para dire-diretso ka pa rin, 'di ba? At ginagawa mo pa rin ito, Joaquin.
Patuloy ko pa rin hindi ko maiwanan yung pagpedicab at pagkatulong sa iba. Kahit nga minsan pupunta akong trabaho, meron akong nakikitang matanda na naglalakad, malayo pa yung lalakaran, papasakayin ko na lang. Hindi ako humihingi ng pera sa kanya na magbayad siya sa akin. Para sa kanya na lang yun. At least makatulong ako sa isang tao.
Thank you for that. Talagang, alam mo talagang yung passion for serving, talagang yung level of compassion, talagang it should be part of yourself, na talagang nagiging parte na ng pagkatao, especially if you're in this type of work. So thank you so much, Joaquin. Sino bang next natin, Shar?
Alright, next natin naman si Edren. What keeps you motivated to go on with your advocacy?
Siguro yung bawat pasyente na nasiserbisyohan namin sa bawat araw-araw na pag-ronda kalusugan. Pero din siguro, gusto ko ring i-highlight na hindi naman forever na magiging go biker ako, hindi naman forever na laging available yung time ko helping the community. So therefore, right now, ang ginagawa namin is talagang tinatrabaho namin yung sustainability ng Go Bike Project through institutionalization sa LGU and to really establish Go Bike Project in partnership with Barangay Council, SK Council para, syempre bata pa po ako, 24-year-old, sooner or later, kahit wala na ako sa Go Bike Project, masustain pa rin yung project. So, I think yun yung isa sa mga motivation ko. As long as hindi ko pa na-i-ensure na masusustain siya for many years to come, I will still be motivated doing Go Bike Project. Pero pag dumating naman na po sa time na parang na-feel ko na kaya niya nang tumayo sa sarili niyang paa, kaya niya na masustain, may mga resources na na-available in partnership with the LGU, I think it's time for me to pumunta sa ibang ng aspeto ng buhay, like magkaroon din ng love life kasi kadalasan minsan talaga pag busy ka sa community work, mahirapan ka maghanap ng love life. Diba?
Siyempre, may ganong 'di ba? May ganong benefit 'yan, 'di ba? And thank you so much, Edren, for saying about sustainability. Kaya naman po tayo nandito, 'di ba? Kailangan pa rin ng sustainable option. Sayang naman yung efforts natin kung hindi rin natin may share 'yan, 'di ba? May share at mapapagpatuloy pa in the future, 'di ba? So tamang-tama talaga si Edren dyan. Thank you so much to you. I want to ask Edren before we proceed to other speakers, how can they support Go Bikes? Paano pa kaya nila kayo pwedeng suportahan? How they can connect with you? Pwede pa ba sila mag-volunteer para makasali sa grupo ninyo?
Right now, pasensya na po, pero yung aming recruitment, yung aming kung gusto nyo pong maging Go Biker ay exclusive lang po muna dito sa aming municipality and sa aming probinsya kasi hindi kami makaalis sa locality namin. Pero if may mga gusto pong makipag-partner, ganyan, gustong malaman yung mga best practices na ginagawa namin, pwede kaming makipag-meet via online. Ayan. So pwede nyo kaming i-reach sa aming official Facebook page at Go Bike Project. Pwede pong i-search doon.
Thank you so much for that. Yan, syempre one way to help them out, guys, social media. Sobrang laki na ng importance ng social media. So kung may initiatives po, follow Go Bike para at least matulungan natin sila, at least online, di ba? Thank you so much, Ed. Edren, for being here. Thank you so much. Next naman si Sir Joseph. Nako, ano naman po ang motivation ninyo, sir? Nako, dami nang ang years of service talaga si Sir Joseph, eh, 'di ba? Ano po, what keeps you motivated? Ano pa po yung talagang nakakapag-drive sa inyo na gawin to? Sabi niyo nga kanina, pagka nagsa-cycle po kayo, eh, pag may nakita po kayong pasahero na nagkakaproblema, eh, talagang automatic sa inyo, 'di ba?
That's a very tough question, to be honest, because we have different sources of motivation. We have the intrinsic and extrinsic. So for me, before I was a selfish guy, share ko lang, I was thinking of myself. I've been an outdoorsman for how many years, traveling around the country, in other places, doing stuff, crazy things, wasting a lot of resources just to make, be happy. Since I lost some of my friends in road accidents and calamities, including some of my relatives, I told myself, we should have a purpose in life and in God. I always believe there's always something for you out there. It's not just about you. If Edren is saying that he wants sustainability, same with me. Because not all the time, malakas tayo. Time will come, our body will give up, and we need to develop new guys to take our place and make sure the organization will be functioning even without us. Kahit kunin na tayo ng Diyos.
Yeah.
That's why I told to the last interview, I would like to do this until I can, because I know time will come. I will pass away, and I would like to develop a new set of younger generation to continue our passion and advocacy. That's the legacy I want to leave behind. Kasi I work in an industry that people are, earning a lot in some ways. And I went in sales, so they have money, they can buy the things they want. But sometimes at the end of the day, they even question themselves, what can I do for the community? So for me, I'm just a regular guy. My parents are from Ilocos. My father is from Leyte, perfect combination, Baguio. So I grow up seeing them helping our neighbors pag wala ng bigas. And I got that kind of motivation to me that I could also, even you're not rich, you can still help others. So my motivation in life is so simple. I would like to have a purpose in life, not just to the community, to my family, but also to God. That's for me. That's my source of motivation right now. I would like B-Cert CRU. Same with Go Bikes. We will be serving in the coming years even without us.
All right. Maraming salamat sa iyong pagsagot ng aming tanong. Moving on to the next person, Neil. In Bike Scouts, what keeps you motivated, and even in Barbie Riders, what keeps you motivated to go on with your advocacy?
Kasi nga sa pandemic pa ngayon, maraming sources ang pinaghuhugutan namin kung paano. Unang-una, para sa aming sarili, in order for us to be able to cope with the challenges, no? Para sa amin physically and emotionally and mentally. Alam mo naman yung mga members namin, we are since peculiar nga, mga Barbies nga, mag-isa sa buhay. So we have each other for company. So mayroong na pagsusumbungan, mayroong na pagsasabihan, mayroong na share ng kanilang mga dinadala sa buhay. And another is kung nakikita din namin, motivation din namin, kung nakikita namin na yung aming pinupuntahan, yung aming nadadaanan, naaaliw sila at nasisiyahan sa aming pinaggagawa. Sabihin man ng iba na kakaiba, peculiar nga yung pinagagawa namin, still ipapagpapatuloy pa rin namin para at least makapagbigay kami ng kaunting saya sa mga taong nadadaanan namin. At na-encourage din namin sila na gumalaw-galaw din. Na kami nga na mga Barbies, hindi namin alintana yung distansya, hindi namin alintana yung init ng araw. Hindi namin alintana kung ano man ang mga ipinagbabawal. Halimbawa, may lugar kaming pupuntahan. Bawal pasukin muna ngayon kasi ganito. Hindi namin iniintindi yun. Basta sa amin, kung wala tayong ginagawang masama, pwede tayong dumaan doon.
Alright.
So doon. So nagagaling yan sa amin, sa grupo, at saka sa mga taong nakakasalamuha namin at nabibigyan ng kasiyahan. Kaunting kasiyahan.
Mm. Mhm. Also, one last question. Paano sila makaka-support ng cause nyo sa Bike Scouts at sa mga Barbie?
Just continue kasi yung mga Barbies, nai-encourage sila pag may nagme-message sa kanila na, ganito ang ganda ng pinaggagawa niyo, paano kami makakapag-join? Tapos, nai-encourage silang to do more. Oo. Tapos, naaagahan nila yung pagigising para pag may mga activities kami, aligaga sila. Imbis na, halimbawa, yung call time namin is 4:30, 3:30 pa lang nandoon na sa. So, yung mga ganon, nakakatulong yan para ma-encourage pa more yung aming mga members to do what we are doing. Kasi nga, innate na sa amin na magpasaya, innate na sa amin na maging maingay, innate na sa amin na pakialaman ang mga mumunting bagay-bagay sa paligid. Halimbawa, pag may nadadaanan kami, hoy ate, ganito, yung bakuran ninyo, pwede bang pabulaklakin natin yung halaman ninyo kasi bigyan nyo sila ng entertainment showcase. Parang hindi sila nabibigyan ng entertainment showcase. Oo, yung mga ganon, mga kaeklayan ng mga Barbies, dinadaan sa biro, pero may laman.
Ayan, maraming salamat, Neil, para doon. So, thank you to all of our speakers for sharing their answers with us.
Sure, before we proceed, syempre, maganda rin sabihin to all of our speakers right now, obviously, 'di ba, yung suporta po, kung hindi nyo man alam or hindi man sa inyo nasasabi madalas is, of course, I know your communities is very thankful and very happy that you are there supporting. Minsan yan ang challenge when you are in the service industry, you often feel that it's not something it's a thankless job, 'di ba? Pero sana po alamin niyo sa inyong mga puso na we are thankful, the community is thankful to you and to everybody. Kagaya nga po ng isang photo na ipapakita lang namin very quickly, Isa po ito sa I think pinakita or ipinangaral kay Joaquin. Yan, mula po sa Recharge Pilipinas, Tacloban. Ito po ay isang commemorative painting na inalay po sa kanya, Maganda ito, Joaquin. Ikaw ba ito? Nakita mo ba at nasilayan mo na ba ito, Joaquin? Anong naramdaman mo nung nakita mo itong commemorative painting na ito?
Paiyak din ako nakita ko yan.
Oo, syempre naman, 'di ba? Kasi ibig sabihin na-appreciate pala ng community, 'di ba, ang nagawa mo. So maraming salamat sa iyo, Joaquin. And syempre sa lahat po ng ating speakers, alam ko marami pa po, aside from yung mga commemorative paintings such as this, syempre pagiging miyembro po ng mga organisasyon, may mga recognitions na po kayo natanggap. Pero hindi lang naman po nasusukat, 'di ba? Ang galing ninyo at nagawa ninyo sa mga pamamaraang ito. So, alam ko, for everybody that you actually helped and worked and supported, napakaswerte po nila at nandiyan kayo. At sana ay patuloy pa po kayong lumaki at mag-grow at mag-develop. At sabi nga kanina ni Edren at ni Sir Joseph, ay masustain pa ang mga inisyatibo ninyo, di ba? So, maraming salamat po to our speakers. Yan, before tayo mag-end, syempre, di ba, pinangako ko kanina, Shar, na i-announce natin yung winners natin sa ating mini game. Naku, sino kaya yung nanalo? Naku, ipa-flash natin sa screen ang ating mga winners. 5 winners again. Ang sinagutan po nilang tanong ay, ano ang advantages, top 3 advantages ng pagbibisikleta sa panahon po ng emergencies at emergencies at crises. Naku, excited akong manalo makita ang winners natin. Kasi po ang mga winners na ito ay mananalo po ng Mobility Awards t-shirt, syempre, at saka face mask. Ayan. 'Di ba? Tingin ko maraming nag-join, Shar, eh. 'Di ba? Nakita mo ba yung mga response nila?
Super. Tumitingin ako kanina sa yung Facebook
Kaya
link.
Nga, eh. 'Di ba?
Grabe, ang daming mga sagot.
Correct. Bago natin antayin, bago natin i-flash yung screen, to all of our speakers, I hope you take the time po to read yung mga comments. Talagang ang gaganda po ng mga comments ng ating mga viewers, di ba? Bago yan, mag-shoutout na rin tayo habang ginagawa natin to, di ba? Meron daw pong hello to the Barbies. Ayan, saludo po sa grupo ninyo, Sir Joseph. Ano pa ba? Naku, ang dami nilang sinasabi. Miss Annie Calma, ang gagaling ng initiatives. Marami kang fans dito, Joaquin, no? Parang ang dami mong fans dito. Mabuhay ka, Joaquin. Kayo na po, ikaw na daw nanalo, 'di ba? Mabuhay ka, Sir Neil. O, 'di ba? May comments din for Neil. Marami akong natutunan ngayon. God bless to everybody. I hope all of our speakers would be able to read all of the comments. Talagang nakakataba po ng puso yung mga komento. And sana po, 'di ba, Shar? I think meron kang if ever po na hindi nasagot or hindi namin na-mention yung mga tanong ninyo rito, feel free to message directly yung mga speakers po natin, 'di ba? Directly go doon po sa kanilang doon po sa kanilang mga Facebook pages para po at least masagot po agad yung mga tanong ninyo. I forgot to ask pala, Sir Joseph, is there anything na paano po pala makiki-coordinate or pwedeng mag-reach out sa inyo yung mga yung community para po mag-support sa sa bike, sa inyo pong community, sa BSERT?
Well, they can send us an email, Ma'am Ivy. We have contact@bsert@gmail.com. They can also go to our page and we will respond. We are willing to share what we have, and as long kaya namin, we will. In fact, we're promising some other regions like Tacloban, Baguio. If given a chance, we will visit the area so we can learn also from their city. Na we can apply in Cebu, even Iloilo City. So we're open for discussion.
Oo, maganda yan talagang. Oo, dapat nagsisimula po sa communication yan, 'di ba? Kaya maraming salamat po for keeping your lines open, 'di ba? Para at least may networks connected na ang ating mga 'di ba? Mga communities at mga mga organizations, 'di ba? Maraming salamat Sir Joseph for that, no. Again, we can, I think if we are to flash the screens or pwede po diretsuhin natin, no? Pwede rin po kayong mag-reach out, of course, kay Edren of Go Bike Projects, of course, kay Sir Joseph of BSERT, syempre kay Neil of Bike Scouts PH, and syempre, Joaquin, paano ba, pwede ba silang makipag-friends sa'yo, makipag-Facebook chat? Meron bang way para makapag-contact sila sa'yo, makipag-communicate ang mga mga interesadong kaibigan natin sa Facebook?
Mayroon po, ma'am.
Gusto mo ba ng mga friends? Willing ka bang magkaroon ng mga ibang kaibigan? Kasi tingin ko maraming na-inspire sa'yo, di ba?
Opo, ma'am.
Ayan. So if in case gusto nyo pong makipag-coordinate kay Joaquin, pwede po kayong coordinate sa Mobility Awards Group, di ba? Para po ma-patch in namin sila sa inyo. Okay, check ko lang. Ready na kaya ang ating winners for ang ating game? Naku, excited. Siguro talagang excited na ang lahat. Alam ko maraming nag-aabang nito, Shar, di ba? Ayan na po. Ayan. Naku, congratulations to all of our winners. Of course, our first winner is Mel C. Kamag-anak kaya ito ni Mel B ng Spice Girls. Okay. Mel C, of course, Trisha Santillan Mag-iinte. Okay, tama ba ang pagkaka-pronounce ko? Orshi Tolentino, Mike Rusan, and Arvin Limare Bonbon. Congratulations to all of our winners. Make sure po to coordinate. Mag-message po kayo directly sa Mobility Awards Facebook group para po mabigyan kayo ng further instructions. Okay, ulitin ko po lahat po ng 5 winners natin. Please coordinate, send a message doon po sa ating Mobility Awards Facebook page. Okay, para po ma-claim ninyo ang ating mga prizes. So congratulations to all of our winners. On to you, Shar.
Congrats again to all of our winners today. But unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. To the questions left unanswered, we'll make sure to forward them to our speakers and organizers so that they will be able to respond. To those who would like to reach out to the Mobility Awards, we will flash your contact details after this briefing. We encourage everyone to nominate your bike-friendly cities, workplaces, and establishments. Visit mobilityawards.ph or bit.ly/MA nomination now. Remember, submissions are unlimited. We will be accepting nominations until November 5, 2021. We would also like to remind everyone that nominations for the Siklista ng Bayan Award are still open. Send us photos and stories of your local cyclist entrepreneurs via bit.ly/MA Siklista. Nominations for this category will end on November 7, 2021.
Yes, naku. Sana po, nominate. May oras pa po, may panahon pa po para mag-nominate, diba? Kaya i-nominate lang po ang mga bicycle-friendly cities, workplaces, at mga establishments. Now, on behalf of course, the Institute for Climate and Sustainable Cities, the Climate Reality Project Philippines, Manila Moves, 350.org Pilipinas, the Pinay Bike Commuter Community, the League of Cities Philippines, and of course, ang aming 27 regional partners. Maraming salamat to all of our speakers for inspiring us today. Sobrang inspiring po talaga ng episode na ito. Siyempre, sa ating mga viewers na mula noon hanggang ngayon ay nanonood po, sana magkita-kita tayo ulit sa susunod. Siyempre, ang ating organizing team, di ba? Maraming salamat po. Char, thank you so much again. It's always a pleasure to co-host with you. Ako ay talagang very happy that you're here. And I know this is also something that's close to your heart. So, maraming salamat to everybody. See you again sa susunod pong 2 linggo. In 2 weeks time, meron pa po tayong episode November 3. At ang final episode po natin is about, talking about magandang episode where we talk about women, youth, and inclusivity. So sana po makita-kita tayo ulit sa susunod, no? November 3. Tune in lang po. Follow Mobility Awards Facebook page for the update. So again, maraming salamat po. Walang hanggang pasasalamat po sa lahat ng ating speakers, ng ating viewers. At sama-sama po tayo, 'di ba? Nominate para sa laban natin patungo sa isang bicycle-friendly at bikeable Pilipinas. Ayan. So magandang umaga po muli. At sana po ay mag-enjoy kayo sa araw na ito. Thank you everyone.
Nakaman gihap.